The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
I'll tell you later. Did I just tell you later?
Nah, man, I need to know now.
Yeah, okay. Stacey sends his love. Stacey Taylor.
Hey, Stacey Taylor.
Hey, Stacey Taylor.
What's up, homie? So.
Oh, that's a comedian?
Yes.
Oh, yo, Stace, what's up, baby?
Baby.
I guess he's saying
That's
a little different if
Hey,
it was a different.
do you know I was one of the first people to help him with his comedy
Oh, wow.
coming out of prison?
Okay. Snitch.
Yeah, I mean.
Dad, man.
Okay, we on.
I ain't
Oh.
no
Hey, sorry. Anytime you can just hold up a
said
sign.
coming out of
Yeah, why don't
college.
you let us know? You told me to be quiet earlier. Damn.
Oh,
I'm Louis Dix.
TDP.
Dannon Green.
In a man's world. Tighten up your belts.
Jeff Arnold. I saw him last night. So
Yeah.
he's doing something right now. It's good to see him.
Is he alive?
Yeah, he's alive.
Okay, I don't know.
It wasn't a viewing.
You say you saw him last night. You do.
Yeah, I was at the Laugh Factory.
Oh, you went last night?
Flame, I performed.
Memphis Will was hosting him in Memphis.
They said you did all
He
right.
spoke to you last night?
Who, Memphis Will?
No, Jeff.
Yeah, he spoke to me.
Was
He's
it Pat?
mad. He's mad. Well,
Yeah,
his mom.
because I talked to him
He
to
said-
call to see if he was coming in today, and he said he's not fucking with you.
Louis, what did you
He
do,
said
man?
his mom. First thing he said is his mom's mad at me because of the joke about not liking her gumbo.
Oh, it was a joke.
Man, you can't,
And he said she's sensitive. She's 85,
you can't talk about no woman
I don't
cooking.
think she's sensitive.
and so she said she'll never. I picked her up from the airport.
What that
So
mean?
she said she never wants me to pick her up from the airport. I didn't know she listened to the show.
Why
so
would she not?
He said it was one thing that you joke about his dad, but to joke about his mom is a whole other thing, and that he's
Well, like he said, hey,
He's-
I mean, come
he's
on.
pissed off.
So, but he can talk about my daughter. who's
She's
passed.
alive, though.
No, she's not.
See, that's one thing. That's
Oh,
not-
you mean I'm
Sydney,
sorry.
baby
Oh,
Sydney.
wow.
See,
Really
today-
throwing this
Before we go any further,
sensitivity
today-
training.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Today is baby Sydney's birthday. She would have been 23 years old.
Who's that?
Happy
Wow.
heavenly birthday.
His youngest child.
Oh, I didn't know. You a lost child? I didn't know.
Yes.
That. Now, I want to say something. No disrespect, but no disrespect to Jeff. But see, I'm surprised Jeff's is sensitive because when y'all joked on me, y'all joked on my
Oh, it's
my
about
parents.
you.
Well, I'm just saying when y'all joked on me, I took the hit.
Okay.
I didn't like come in right.
It's not that. It's something else. And I hope whatever he's going
Jeff,
through.
we miss you, man.
If he's
And bring
mad
the gumbo
at me,
in.
but I mean, we've been mad at each other for a year.
Lou, he always mad at you. What do you do to this
So,
dude, man?
Wake up in the morning.
Why is he always mad at you?
Thank you.
Look at him.
It's not.
TDP, that's cool.
He mad too.
I
Come on,
mean,
TDP, come on.
it's look. He said, and all I said was
All you
the
said.
gumbo was not good, but it was. I was joking. It was good, but
Oh,
I
now
mean,
you sucking
I
up.
You had
understand.
said something else. You said something about did you use
No,
his
I
mom?
never said nothing about his mom except the gumbo thing.
But
Look, when he called, she said, pick him up, her up. I'll go get her. I'll do anything for Jeff. But, and he even said that she doesn't want an apology.
Right.
So I guess.
Chicago, man, you can't piss off people from Chicago,
Hey,
bro.
man, listen.
I'm telling you, I know.
Can you imagine them sitting there watching the show?
Ooh.
And, they're laughing and kikiing, and then all of a sudden, you started on her
Nostradamus.
gumbo,
Nostradamus.
family sitting around, everybody looking at each other like,
I did say we missed Jeff, and I gave him his props. I don't know what you
But
Anybody
POTUS, you
want
got-
another bowl?
But
No, I'm
POTUS
cool.
right, though. Right. POTUS right. They probably was eating gumbo, looking at the show, so proud of Jeff, and then your ass come on in. What about the gumbo? Now everybody in the house like, oh, shit.
This ain't a Bailey.
This ain't this is not shrimp. Jeff, I miss you, Jeff.
So I addressed the elephant in the room when they were all sitting there eating it. They were like, somebody told
Oh
the
wow.
oh,
there you go
damn,
again.
so you going to double
You
down.
want to double down.
truth.
Oh wow.
The gumbo was great. I can't wait to get another
Yeah,
bowl.
whatever.
But he said, no, I'm not getting another bowl. He
I
said,
dated a girl out of
right.
Chicago, man. They don't play with their cooking.
Okay.
People from Chicago, for some reason, got an issue if you talk about the cooking.
That and their pizza.
Yeah, you don't talk about the deep pan. Yeah, you don't talk about the deep pan pizza.
Deep dish.
Yeah.
Deep dish.
But he did say he got a grace because, some dude stepped to him, but, he had his gray hair and they called him a real OG.
Yeah.
So,
He's a model. They knew that.
They've seen his work.
Yeah, they seen his work.
On all billboards.
So baby Sydney.
Harold's Chicken 89. They see this picture.
Baby Sydney was born March 28th, 2000. And we had her for a beautiful 17 days.
Yeah.
And she was in my arms, and that was beautiful when she took her last breath. And
you were musty. I'm out.
And she's been on my mind all week. She's really been cracking me up all week.
TDP.
I'm out.
TDP. I can no longer.
Ooh, I
will never step to you about anything in life again. There is no TDP. You are going to get a trophy next week.
I'm out.
Oh,
that
that's
is
what
not
she said.
funny.
Hilarious.
So, Lewis, how did she? Why did she die?
Well, mom had a ruptured uterus, so she fell inside, and then she didn't get enough oxygen.
Oh, sorry to
So
hear that.
once everything was a rise, and we knew she was crashing, they grabbed her, took her in, took mom in, and
C-section.
they did. Well, they had to open up and get the baby out. The baby had fell through, and so then they put her on a ventilator, and there was no brain activity. And so we held on as long as we could, and then we, prayed about it, and then we decided to take her off. And then mom gave her to me, and I sat in a room and held her, and then she had a little conversation with her, and then she took her last breath. And that was interesting because I asked, my ex why she did that. And she said, I wanted you to spend time with her. I had carried her. And we were kind of relaxed because we had two, and things that went well. Lewis she was in labor 24 hours for Lewis, and Peyton, she was 8. So we were really, relaxed. I remember briefly prior to birth, she was having some pain, and I was out doing comedy, and I came back, and then we went to the hospital. Everything was okay. We came back, and then she got admitted to the hospital, and everything was seemed okay. Just sitting around. Her cousin was there, and we were just chatting, and the nurses would come in and check, and then all of a sudden, everything started moving. Nurses, boom, and it was really painful. But a lot of good people during that time made food for us, and
Gumbo.
And the kids were young.
Baby dumplings. Baby back ribs.
That's one thing about black people. When someone dies, they will bring
Baby carrots.
And the school that they were at was really
baby
nice.
carrots.
So it just, and then we got a headstone for her. She was cremated, and then we went on the boat and spread her ashes, and then we kept, a little picture of her in a little capsule, with a little bit of ash.
Do you and your ex-wife talk like on this day?
Well, I call and say happy birthday
to your ex-wife about your daughter.
Yeah, I mean it's her day, so it's not about us. It's about
happy birthday, Sydney.
So I call her up and say, I mean, this is the first time I've spoken to her in about a year. So I just call and say, hey, happy birthday, and peace to your heart.
Okay.
No, we speak if it's not something needs to be spoken about with the kids.
Right.
But she's living her life, I'm living my life. So the only time we really talk is if I have to do something with Lewis, Peyton, or Sydney. If she needs a question answered, or if I need a question answered, So, but she's cool people.
I think, did I ever meet your wife? I don't know.
No.
Did she?
No, Dannon, you weren't.
No, it was a connection back then.
Nah.
Tracy Johnson's brother or something like that. The girl I used to date.
Oh, okay. It's about you now.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I don't know.
So that's that. Had birth. So it was interesting week. She kept me laughing. Things were going on.
Yeah.
My dreams were crazy. It's always around that time I have these crazy dreams, and I end up waking up laughing. And she talks to me, and
whose phone going off?
she humbles me.
Who's unprofessional?
So to anyone out there, peace to your heart. If you are,
yes, peace to you.
Absolutely.
and of course, we want to send our prayers out to the people in Nashville.
Yeah, the
that
6
tragedy.
people that got killed.
What about Mississippi?
Babies. And, of course, yes, Mississippi.
Gee.
What happened to Mississippi?
What?
What? It was a tornado through there. I mean, a couple babies.
29
town
people.
gone.
Yeah, the whole town gone.
About 22 people died.
Yeah.
That's why I can't live down south, man. It's just something about the weather. East Coast is different. We may get a drop every now and then. Even West Coast got their first tornado, or one of them, like
Got a
last
what?
week, tornado. But
oh.
down south, man, one of my boys just moved down there. And he was like, Dan, he's from LA. He's like, I don't know if I could deal with this weather. He said, one day it's nice. He said, one moment it's hailing. It's like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, then he's pretty weak if that's his problem.
No. I saw the video. They were on the freeway. They had to pull over, and the hail would bust all the
exactly.
windows
That's
in
what
the
I'm
car.
saying, yeah.
I mean, it's
Serious.
If you live in LA, you from LA, you ain't used to that kind of stuff, especially people from LA.
Well, we just had a tornado. Knock it off.
And that dude threw y'all off. Y'all can't even deal with rain.
I don't know what's up with Philly. I mean, guys shooting each other in Philly. I mean, just out of control.
I so heard about Philadelphia, man. When I grew up, man, if somebody got shot, but if somebody got shot in Philly, it was like on some gang, last of the old head type shit.
But you know what the biggest story is in Philadelphia? The water.
Oh yeah, it's the time has passed. They had till 3 p.m. or
water.
something.
What happened?
They,
You don't know your
I'm
own
usually
city?
I'm usually up on game, so I'm a little behind today, y'all.
Water.
Philly and the water in Philly has been really
Bad.
yeah, it's bad. It's killing them. They can't drink it.
We got a call already.
The water.
Water.
Caller. You on the air?
Yeah, what's up?
That's Jeff.
You want to pull your phone back? Hello?
Hello, Eddie. This is Sydney.
This is who?
Sydney.
Oh, hilarious. This
Happy
is Sydney.
birthday, Sydney.
Yeah, you know what's so funny? You're not even Sydney. So
Who is this?
I said Sydney.
No, that's not Sydney. So
Mama call it
that's
Sydney. I'm gonna call it
almost
Sydney.
that's so unnecessarily not funny. Because here's the
It's a
thing.
call.
Sydney is in my heart.
Okay.
So
Tell 'em, girl.
her conversation is totally different than someone
nervous.
saying.
You got whoever called. You got him
Shook
throwing
him.
shit.
Got a shook one.
No, you got to sugar. It's just,
All right, who is it?
You know, this is Sydney is stupid. But
Go live.
I want to say I made the cheerleading team up here.
okay, can you hang up, please? It's stupid.
You're a caller.
No, it's stupid. I mean, be funnier. I mean, come another way. But to say you Sydney, you can never live up to Sydney. You can never, you know, she's an angel.
Is this the first time you ever hung up with somebody?
Well, it's just not. It's just if it's funny and it makes sense and you gave it some thought, I'm
Did
okay with
Did
it.
our producer screen the call?
But you know, I know this is Sydney. Come on.
Did the producer screen the call?
You could have just you could have not even said this is Sydney. You could just say, hey, Dad. Hey, Dad would have been funnier.
You're absolutely right.
So hang up, please. So as I was saying,
Please.
yeah, come on, hang up. Please hang up the phone, POTUS. This is stupid and
No, it's
ignorant.
not.
It is. It's stupid and ignorant because you don't know Sydney. You don't know my family.
Thank you, caller.
And yeah.
Thank you, caller.
And you don't have any idea. I would have been better if Jeff had called
Well, you
because
never know.
Jeff knew. Jeff was there. So no, it wasn't Jeff. Because Jeff would have used his voice, and Jeff would have.
No, I don't know. That guy's a pretty hot comic.
Well, if that's Jeff, call back and use your own voice.
No,
That's cool.
I like Sydney better.
So,
Baby carrots.
yeah, so we shout out to those
Baby
people.
carrots.
And people are losing their lives every day in this crazy world.
Philly got to get together though, man.
Yeah, these assault weapons, they just got to do something about these assault weapons. I mean,
That's on the books every year. So
Every year it's the
Second
same.
Amendment. What you
We need to
gonna
make
do?
a prison.
Who is we? You on the board? Bigger than hell, Washington.
We need to make a big prison like Alcatraz, but double it up and put it in the middle of the ocean. And then say, hey, you do a crime so violent like this is where you go and you fend for yourself.
shout out to the police who went into that building and the 2 officers who put the person down.
I thought we're not going to talk about that though.
Well, we just shout out to them. We're not talking. We're talking.
Okay.
We're thanking them.
Okay,
for
well,
their
let's just-
I think you want to say a shout out.
Yeah, I mean, shit. At the club, we'll give a shout out to the 2 cops.
So, but is that a call?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Show us hot, caller.
Well, this is the first time we had 2 calls.
You're on the air.
17 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, why did you hang up on me, Daddy? This is Sydney.
Hey, Sydney. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Can I talk to my daddy?
He right here.
Hey, Daddy. Hi, Daddy.
I think we need a new
Is
producer.
your headphones working?
So
Our producer's
as I was
letting these
saying,
calls go through.
So it's interesting that I had a fun, great time in D.C.
Where did you were talking about it last week?
Yeah, I know.
The awards.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to
show-
talk again
the show
about it?
just no, show aired, and I thought they cut it up really well.
You gonna let 2 Chainz talk to you like
I'm
that?
just saying, that's what he was saying to me. I'm just saying what Lewis, you know, that's what Lewis was saying to me. Didn't we talk about this last week? That's how he would do it too. He puts his hands up when he gets me. Didn't we talk about this last week?
Okay.
So I'm sorry, tell us about the show.
How old are your hands?
Well, my hands are my age, but I identify with 30.
Identify.
I identify with 30. That's the new thing for me. Did you see that
I've
one?
never been a
News?
chain person.
No, actually,
Or
you know what's
jewelry
funny?
person.
I have been, but I stopped wearing it. Now this one here, I always wear. This was my uncle's ring, and I was very close to my uncle.
Okay.
So when he died, his
You
wife
stole it?
No, I didn't steal it. My aunt said, out of everything I got, he said, "Danny, would you like that?" Because him and I were very close. So
Yeah.
I wear this. I always feel like when I don't wear it, I feel a little weak. When I feel like it's strength, because my uncle was really strong. Now the chains, so that's why I got the silver, because usually I don't mismatch. But then I have been, you know, before I went to Japan,
It's
I
a new
was like,
segment, Jury by Dannon Green.
yeah. Well, when I went to Japan, I was like, you know what? You know, if y'all know Dugard and Delay, which both of y'all do,
Yeah.
Dugard he stays laced.
From
And
the
then
bank.
Delay, yeah, you right, yep. And Delay does too. So when I went out there, that's why I went shopping and I got some things. So
right.
that's the reason I got
Got a
jewelry.
massage, yeah.
Got my balls rubbed and everything.
So you were
wow.
influenced by them?
No, I just wanted to make sure that I was up to par. I didn't want to go on stage looking, you know, like, oh, they look good. Who's this little non-dressing, you know?
Who's
so,
the orphan?
Yeah, who's the orphan? Yeah. But so I got 2 chains in this, and this would be probably
cute.
it. Yeah, thank you.
So they were a good price, because you get nice stuff over there.
Yeah, no, it's good price. I mean, it's good, and keep it clean as much
Now,
as I
do
can.
you have a place at home where you put them, or do you
Yeah.
just take them off?
You hang
throw
them
on the
up?
dresser.
Actually, I have to. Usually, what I used to do, and I haven't done it, and most of us used to do it when we was younger. I would take the chain off and put it in the
Solution.
cleaner. Yeah, and then let it sit for whatever. But I just been getting it clean, going and getting it clean.
Oh, okay. Stepping out.
Yeah, but I'm gonna buy it so I can do it myself. But I take them off when I shower. Cause I pop
too
this
much
one before.
information?
Oh, my fault. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to figure that out too. That's something you would tell your girl.
Yeah.
I always felt close to you guys. So I just
Oh,
wanted to
wow.
tell you, you know.
It's
Happy birthday, Sydney.
Yeah. On the real though, happy birthday, man. I never knew you had a child that lost. I never knew you had.
You didn't know that?
Nah.
You're from Philly.
you stupid. You stupid. So we know what our rings are gonna look like. We're going with the
Gold, right?
Gold.
How many diamonds?
I don't think it's gonna be any diamonds.
should
Probably
ask.
same as you have in your chain.
Uncle Charles.
Yeah. But now that was interesting because that's interesting because
With the Fred
was this-
Sanford.
How long?
If I
how
didn't
long
care.
after the funeral did she give that to you?
It might have been about 4 months or so.
Oh.
When they were cleaning
you went
up and
over
everything.
his house.
No, they sent it to me.
Oh, they sent it to you. You were out here.
Yeah.
Oh, that was nice. It came. Did you?
No, I'm lying. They gave it to me when I went back for the funeral. I apologize. When I went back to the services, and I was back so it wasn't 4 months. It was about 2 weeks.
So she pulled you aside.
I don't know if she put me aside, but it just, you know.
But did you go up and speak at the funeral?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I was doing, that was painful, yeah. My uncle was like, you know, when I was having problems with my family when I was younger, when I was getting ready to go to college, he was the only one that really, you know, really spoke up, was there for me.
Right,
you know?
right.
And I
Mentor.
but it was something that he did that I'll never forget. When I went, because I stayed with him that summer, because I got evicted from where I was living. I was on my own.
That was after your brother gave you.
My brother left.
And
They left the
gave
house,
you-
yeah.
You got evicted.
Yep. And so I graduated high school. I was living in an apartment. Came back on the door. You got to be out in 2 days. I didn't know everything going on. So fast forward, I called my uncle. I said, "Hey, Norm, I need a place to stay." He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna send Tony down to get you." So he sent his son down to get me. Whatever I could take. Went up to Gaithersburg. That's how I got to Gaithersburg, Maryland.
Okay.
Gaithersburg is probably about 40 minutes from Greenbelt.
Yeah.
So, you know, that summer, I worked. I always been a hustler, you know what I mean? So I worked 2 jobs 'cause I knew I was going to eat. So he sat me down and he said, he didn't know. He said, look, you could probably stay here. You can stay here for about 5 months, and after that, you're going to have to get yourself together. And I said, I don't need five months. I said, I just need the summer. He said, why? I said, well, I'm going to college. And he was shocked. Yeah. Because I didn't, for 2 years, I raised myself.
Okay.
So he was like, oh, okay. And then I'll never forget it when he was shocked, but I knew it was a shock of proudness, like, oh, this dude, you know what I mean? Yeah. So when I got ready to go to college, I'll never forget it. He sat me down, and he said to me, he said, now look, because my uncle retired from IBM. So if anybody know about IBM back in the day, those were great benefits. Tech. Yes. So he said, I probably could send you $75 a month. Now, 1984, that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
you ball. He said, but you're probably wasted. And I never forget what I told him. I said, you know what, Norm? I said, you're right. I said, all I asked, if I ever need help, will you help me? He said, you got it. And anytime I needed help, he helped me. Yeah. And so that he was, that was my guy. So,
Now, he was your uncle from your...
He was my mom's, pretty much, because, I'm a foster kid. So he's my mom's sister's daughter's husband. So he's really like my cousin, but he was older than me. So I just called him my uncle, Uncle Norm.
So he wasn't blood.
He wasn't blood.
Okay, but you consider him.
Oh man, he was there.
He's a mentor.
But the funny thing is, in the summertime, because now being from Philly, in '76 was the first year. '76, '77, I went to Jersey. They lived in Oakland, New Jersey, which is North Jersey, which is the suburbs, about an hour and a half out of New York.
Right. And
Lewis would tell you back in the day, especially in the '70s and '80s, if anybody lived in Jersey, you made it.
Yeah.
Because you got that was considered the suburbs. So I used to go visit him in the summertime. And I remember one year we were sitting there talking, him and I. He always admired me because he said, what do you want to do? Because Norm was tough. I kid you not. He was not no joke. He was tough on his boys. Because his boys would say, Norm will do things for you he won't do for us. You know what I mean? He was like, we had that. And he said, what do you want to do? And I used to tell him. So he always kind of admired me for that. But I never pushed the limit of boundaries of getting in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So... But he was really very instrumental. So
would you consider him the most important male early in your life?
Yeah. Yeah. My brother was the one that passed, but my brother was on the different because Mike taught me about the streets. And one thing he taught me, I just learned a lot from him because he was a hustler. Yeah. But he was smart. Like I always tell people, my brother Mike was probably smarter than 5 people put together. Yeah. He went from the 7th grade to the 9th grade, tested out the 9th grade. But because my mom didn't want him to go to school at 10, she's like, you're not getting
grown women up there.
But when you get tested out like that and you're smart and you hang around older dudes, he knew the whole hustle game. Absolutely. So he taught me that, And one of the biggest lessons I ever learned was owing people money. Because I lost a bet to him on something. I owed him $1. And I'll never forget it. So I'm trying to hide from the nigga in the house for $1. You know what I mean? Right. So he called me in the basement one time. He said, hey, Dan, let me talk to you one time. I went downstairs. I said, what's up? He said, yo, bam! Punched me dead in the gut. Knocked me down. I'm like, it was hard, but it wasn't. He's like, get up. He said, it wasn't hard. He said, now look, you owe me $1, don't you? I'm like, yeah. So you haven't paid me my $1 yet. He said, a nigga in the street would kill you for less. Right. You owe a man money, you tell him you give it to him. Or if you ain't got it, you call him, let him know you ain't got it. Right. And I never forgot them lessons. So Mike was more my, the second, But I haven't had a lot. But, we did okay.
Good for you. Everybody's had a...
You're wrong, P.
It's okay, POTUS. Someone can learn from this lesson.
Hulk sad.
323-815.
Is that the Hawk music right there?
For what?
323-815-4204. If you have a comment or you want to call.
Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, we all had... and I think these young boys now need more men that they need to listen to.
But they won't listen, Luke.
No, that's... A lot of them won't. A lot do. Let's give them the ones that do listen props. But there are a lot who don't, diligence. And they don't feel they have to because they listen to that imaginary friend on social media.
Or their moms. Moms ain't hard on them.
They do it.
Black moms ain't as hard as they used to be, bro. They want to be friends with their sons. Yeah.
Younger mothers.
Well, I hear what you're saying, and I somewhat
and
agree.
It's not knocking women, but you know what I'm saying.
I somewhat agree because... The what? What is she? She's just on one today.
She is. She okay.
She's producing. She's the engineer.
Okay.
What does that say? Royal Blunts.
Yeah. That was. Yeah. You go tell the crackhead.
West Side.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to your sports because it was some great basketball.
Yeah. Oh man.
And this weekend, it's nothing like good basketball just to chill and sit and watch. And I had to fill up.
Surprising basketball, believe it or not. Yeah. I mean, we won't get into it, but
a lot
surprising.
of upsets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a nice hogie, nice cheesesteak while I watched.
Where do you get your hoagie from?
That joint?
You know what? I had it from Philly's Best, but what happened was I had a card where it had already had 10, and if I stayed, one more got 2.
Oh, okay.
So I went to the one that I really don't go to in Burbank.
That's the one I go to.
And I don't like that one.
Man,
They don't. It's not the same as the other one.
It's not the same as the one on a Ventura and Reseda?
Ventura is better.
Okay.
So, but it was cool. They just don't make them right. And every time you walk in, help wanted sign. And when you're from Philly and you see that, you're like, just let me make mine.
Okay.
Because I can make mine.
Help myself.
Help mine. They just don't know how to.
I don't like their hoagies that much because they kind of lean on that meat. Their hoagies used to be a little thicker.
Right.
Now they kind of like they got it. Like out east, they don't measure. You don't have it like here. No, out here they have it already set up, so you can just take the meat and put it all. All of it. Out east they grab the meat, so you might get a couple extra slices. You know what I mean? But they feed you.
Yeah, and they make it like they would eat it.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. But other than that, the weather has been crazy. Rain, then sunshine. Yesterday was great. It was
beautiful.
Nice.
Yesterday and today.
There's a little track meet at the school. That was cool. Watching middle school track meets. And a lot of our boys.
All the events?
Yeah. And then I help out with the high school track meet. Yeah. And we have a lot of our players running track so they can get faster. And one kid is just horrible. And we were talking about how we need to start having conversations with these boys who are 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. That'll be the end of their career after that.
Oh, you can't do that.
Now, the question is, how many have inhalers? How many of them?
A lot of them, man.
200 mark. You want to finish it after I take a
lot of inhalers, man. I mean, and what's really funny, these kids are so privileged. They leave their inhalers.
Right.
Because they know they got a backup at home.
Man.
So, I got a couple of them. I've been selling them.
A black kid get an inhaler, that's like gold. Like, shoot. Your mom, where your inhaler? I left at school. Well, you better go get it.
Oh, yeah. You better run and go get it.
That's one thing of being a coach. You got 2 in this pocket. You got 3 in this pocket.
Yeah. And you got an EpiPen.
What color is yours?
You got any hookup on any of the single moms over there?
Hookup?
Yeah, like, any that may need to look for a man? Because I went to the game a couple times. Looked like a couple of them might have been up there.
Well, you shoot your shot?
I was trying to, but I didn't know if the man, I didn't know if dad was around.
We don't. We're not allowed to engage in.
Right.
That's why I asked you for me.
You can get fired. You just got to watch. Because a lot of people trying to go there free. Yeah. It's just even with the people that work there, you can't have a relationship with them.
Fraternize.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. You can get fired.
It's private, not public.
Yeah. Can't do none of that. My man from the morning show, you can't do none of that. Him and Abby.
Can't get your ABC
on. Can't get your NBC on, huh?
Yeah. Okay. You've been wearing a lot of light colors.
Yeah, what's up, man?
I don't know if you
have TDP. Your hat's a lighter.
I think you look good. You lost some weight.
That's crack. Smoking again.
No, it's not crack.
Hey, do you know I had a professor at Ohio State talk about that?
What?
This guy, I think he was actually the black man that invented. He was one of the black men that invented the dimmer switch at Ohio State. It's a brother, and he brought me to the window one time. I never forget it. He said, "Look outside." And I looked outside. Was looking at the quad people walking at Ohio State. He said, "Do you notice anything about the colors? I mean, about the white people and the black people?" I was like, "No." He said, "All the white people are wearing light colors, like bright colors." He said, "Look what the black people wearing," and they were all like dark, And he said, "That also gives you that has a lot to do with your mindset." So I don't know if that's happening to you, but you've been wearing brighter colors. Your hat, you have a better attitude now. What? You still the same fucked up individual?
Baby carrots.
Oh yeah, never mind. My bad. Colors didn't matter.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Hilarious.
I wear white a lot because a girl told me I look good in white once.
Yeah, white shirt.
Ain't no like clean white sneakers though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've always been white sneakers.
I don't.
Is that a caller? Okay.
Caller, you on the air.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I saw you pick up.
This would never happen on The View.
She just got a lot of. She's got a lot of oomph because her cat's better now.
Oh, he ain't scratching up.
Cat
got his ass beat by a bird.
What happened to that boy?
Only cat that got beat up by a bird.
What happened to that boy?
Yo, talk. Hello, caller. Thanks for calling.
Hey, niggers. It's Jeff Brown.
GB.
Okay, finally. What up, Jeff?
Hey, man. Enjoying the show as usual. Just called because I got to take issue with something my man D. Green just said.
Get him.
Get him.
I don't think it's fair to look out amongst the sea of young brothers and decide that it's better to not fuck with them or to be discouraged to fuck with them just because some ain't listening.
Say it again. Some ain't listening.
I think it's a moot point. I don't think it should ever be brought up who isn't listening to us as men.
But wait a minute. I didn't say nothing about that.
You said some are not listening.
About what? Listening when?
About young brothers out there and what they're going through. You said some of them, we need to help them talk. You said some of them are not listening.
Yeah, some don't want to listen. What was wrong with that, Jeff?
Because it harkens to a scene in Apollo 13. You've seen the movie Apollo 13, yeah?
I don't remember, so I don't want to lie.
Okay, well, there's a scene in the movie where the shit hits the fan on the shuttle. And all these engineers are down on the ground talking about how they're going to slingshot gravity out into nowhere, or they're going to freeze on the other side of the moon, or they're going to run out of oxygen. And Ed Harris, the lead engineer, says, this room is full of the smartest people in the world. I don't want to hear another word about how it won't work. Tell me how it will. I can get a monkey to tell me how it won't work. Any conversation about what black people won't do, haven't done, will or if we build it, they just gonna tear it down. I put that all in the same category of so what? This is war. Somebody really legitimately set out to mislead downtrodden, fuck over our people. They made plans to do this. These plans are almost 100 years old.
But I'm sorry, Jeff. I got to totally disagree with you. I don't want to cut you off, but I have to disagree with you. And I don't disagree with you on much. But we have to start looking at things. It was something that I was going to bring up to the panel today. So since you're here along that lines, there was something that I saw on social media today from Deion Sanders. And so for some reason, we as black people, and somewhat I get that feeling here, and I don't disagree with you much, but we get this thing where we don't feel like we should be called out on shit. And we need to be. So like, for instance, Deion Sanders was talking about the HBCU schools. And he said, look, how can all HBCU schools be in a deficit? He said, it just doesn't make sense. He said, I was even willing to hire a private investigator. He said, I'm not accusing anyone from stealing, but how can all the schools be in a deficit? And then he said something, hold on. And then he said something that was pretty interesting, and this going on the line of what you're saying. He said, do you know, and most of the guys up here are pretty educated, yourself included, that out of all of these HBCU schools, and there's a lot of them, only 7% of people that went to those schools or graduated give back. And that 7% is very small in what they give. Mm-hmm. So you're saying, when me and Lou talk about these kids ain't listening, we as black people, in some aspects, because I know people like to call me a coon, but we don't govern ourselves. And then when we get called out on it, we got an issue. Mm-hmm. Like Lou and I just said, some of these kids ain't listening. I work with kids, and I know they're not listening. I work with gangbangers. You could tell these dudes till their faces blue, my man, you got so much more to offer. They don't want to hear it. And we can say all the stuff about their background, but like Lou just said, if you got positive black men talking in your life and you still don't want to listen, what can you do? So I disagree. Okay. I humbly disagree with you on those comments.
Okay, I don't know that you actually did just disagree. All you did was repeat yourself.
Well, repeat.
Here's what I'm saying.
I disagree.
Happy birthday, Sydney.
Is you are
baby
again,
carrots.
You are again focused. This is another thing black people need to understand is that we ain't gonna all make it. Something horrible is happening. It's coming, and it's gonna take out a bunch of niggas. I can't focus on who isn't listening. That doesn't make any sense. What Lewis said, which Dan and I don't say this often, but what Lewis said made more sense than what you said. This is probably the first time I've ever uttered those words. You can't focus on the ones who don't listen.
He did not say that, man.
The ones who do.
He did. Lou did not say that.
No.
Lou said. He said someone.
Here's what Lewis said. Okay, can I tell you what I heard?
Well, ask Lewis. He's sitting right here.
Oh, well, no, it's unimportant. What's important is what I heard.
Okay.
Here's what I heard.
You heard that wrong, brother.
Yes, I heard it wrong. Now, can I tell you what I heard?
Okay.
what I heard was that you brought up the dudes who don't listen. Lewis said, well, a lot of them do. Many of them do. And even if he only said 2 of them do, then those are the 2 that you're supposed to focus on. You don't care the Bible, and I'm not a Bible bumper. Cast not your pearls, Pimpin'. I can't focus on the gangbangers that don't listen. I got to disagree with you.
I got to disagree because and the reason I say that, Jeff.
Can I finish?
Well, go ahead.
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
I don't focus on the gangbangers that don't listen to me, because if I did, then there would be no gangbangers that I can personally say I'm responsible for saving their lives. If I just said, oh, well, they don't listen. Of course they don't. There's a graveyard full of niggas I went to high school with that didn't listen.
Yeah, but so my thing is this, and I appreciate you calling, I appreciate your comments. I disagree because of this. If we only focus on people that listen, there's some people that might have just need that extra boost to talk to. It's like in sports. Just because a guy may not perform the first time for you doesn't mean he ain't got it. He might need somebody to talk to him and self-motivate him. So my thing is, especially working with kids that have been in foster care, working with kids that have been in the system, you have no idea how many people have come to me after they got out and go, you know what, Mr. Green, I appreciate how you used to talk to us. Now, if I just focused on the kids that I know are going to do good, I'm leaving a whole bunch of kids behind. So I humbly disagree with you, my brother.
Both points. You're making both points. You're unmaking your first point. Do you see that?
I'm not. No, Jeff, you're not. Look, you're not going to use the psychology on me because you're from Chicago. I know what I said.
So this has to do with the fact that I'm from Chicago and not that you said. Okay, you're right. I'm not going to do this. You're right. Forgive me. I don't know what I was thinking. I must have fell and bumped my head.
You did.
Thanks, caller. You won.
Thank you, caller.
You won.
Yeah, you won. Yeah.
Hey, Jeff, thank you so much for calling, man.
Yeah, can we send Jeff some carrots?
It's call back anytime, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff. Jeff, you know you're my boy. I love you, man.
I love you back.
That's my boy. That's my man.
How
do you feel about TDP? Before I'm sorry to cut you, but me and Lou said something. What do you feel about?
Stop saying me and Lou.
Well, you just agree with me.
Y'all a couple.
You know what? All right, the hell with Lou then.
TDP, how do you feel about it? That your uncle did a good job.
Okay, I appreciate
really nice of him.
TDP, what do you feel about that?
Man, you got 11-year-old shorties out here with their little shorties in the car out here doing donuts in the street. What you want me to tell you?
No, that wasn't the thing. I'm saying, do you feel that you shouldn't talk to these kids then? Because that's what he's saying.
I just told you.
No, you ain't tell me nothing.
They out there doing their thing. I can't coach that. If they gave me a look up, I give it back to them.
I can't give up on no kid. I'm not. If I get an opportunity,
I'm not saying give it up on
no,
them.
but Jeff is saying Jeff is saying only focus on the kids that are listening. And if we focus just on people that are listening, the large percentage of kids that might want someone to speak in their life, that's just with me. I cringe to see what would happen if I didn't have old heads in Philly say, yo, man, get your ass, go to school, D. Green.
Yeah, I think one of the things Jeff was
those who want to get the information will seek
I think Jeff was trying to say he's going to voice who he wants, and the ones who are listening are going to listen, and he's going to keep talking to the ones who
He did not say that. He did not say that.
The key to what he said was war. It's war.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Uh-oh.
Caller, you're on the air.
We hot this morning.
Hey, hello, caller. How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm well. What's up, Dad?
I always wonder if you're going to recognize me. I was just thinking about that. I was watching the show about Peanut and Fat Boy and everybody back there.
It's Fat Paul.
How they turned out.
Fat Paul.
He said Fat Boy. That's how you know.
It's Fat Paul.
How you doing, Mr. Dix? How are you, sir?
Fred.
Senior.
Yeah, and Fred wants
how you doing, Green?
I'm doing good, man. Me and his dad got a relationship. We got a friendship with golfers.
And Fred wants us to start mentioning him because we don't mention him. We only mention Fat Paul, Peanut, and Boogie.
Wow.
So Fred's
a lot of hatred over
what's
the
up
camp.
with me? And I was like, all right, so I will now continue to mention Fred. So how you doing, Dad?
Hey, what's going on? I was just wondering, because they all came out pretty good, and we were definitely in the hood,
Okay.
We could have went different ways, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what was your case on that? Why did they turn out all right?
Would you have given up on any of the kids? Any of these guys that you mentioned? Would you, if only 3 listened, would you have given up on, I don't know how many more were in the group, but would you have given up on them?
Well, a lot of times you wonder why some listen and some don't because of the foundation. All that starts out when they were coming up, you know, they had a foundation. They had a foundation in my house, and that was the foundation. If you don't have somebody to teach you to go the right way, or a lot of people ain't gonna listen because they just not gonna listen with you. They're gonna do what you're gonna do, what they want to do. You know what I mean? And today is a whole different world.
Right.
It wasn't back that way back in that day.
Right.
You know.
Mr. Dix, I have a question for you.
Yes.
When you walked out on Lewis, did you want another girl?
Well, you know, I was just wild.
Oh, okay. Okay, you're a wild
I was
boy.
streets. I was streets all the way. You know,
Okay.
streets. You know, I was right in the streets. That's where it was. You know.
Right.
And but I was always there for him and my family.
That's right.
I have a
You know,
question.
that's why.
Go ahead.
I'm listening.
I have a question on the lines what you talked about. So you saw how your kids came out. Do you? Because I just want to get. I want to hear an old head's perspective, especially coming from Philadelphia and how it was there. We all had someone that would talk to us. Even the kids that were bad would listen to specific people. So I feel if those specific people never spoke up, then it would be more kids lost. What do you think on that?
Well, if you decide you want to try to help somebody, you can't just give up because they don't do what you think they should do right away. And if they want to change, they're going to change when they get to a circle. They know right from wrong. I mean, everybody knows right from wrong, whether they listen or not.
Right.
But you got peer pressure now. Back in them days, you had peer pressure. Fortunately, Lewis had peer pressure. They were doing the same thing, playing baseball, hanging out, playing chess, and that's what they were doing. You know, what they had. When you get a peer pressure, let's rob this gun store and do this and do that, and you figure you want to be down with that, then that's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That takes charge. I mean, it's real hard to kind of peer pressure more than anything else that makes people go the other way.
Okay.
Now, but if you're strong enough to stay with the next positive for people, then that's it. And like myself, you know, I've seen a time where somebody said, hey, when I was living in Cleveland, they said, man, we're going to do this gun store. You with us, Luke? I said, no, I'm going to play jacks with this girl.
Oh, wow.
What was you doing in
I mean,
Cleveland?
that's a whole nother story. Like I said,
I just want to
He's
say,
hanging out with Don King.
No, I only
I
asked
knew
you.
him and his whole family.
Yeah, I know
knew him
you
and his
do.
whole family.
No, I'm only saying that because I went to Ohio State, so that was in Ohio. I didn't know that we had that connection as well.
But this was back in the 50s, you know, and like just kind of I was raw, but like I said, you guys were talking about trying to help somebody. If you're going to try to help with them, you ain't going to kick them to the curb because they didn't do exactly what you want them to do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's exactly what I'm saying.
you people that's working, then you let them go on their own, and you find the ones that's not as working for.
Yeah.
And then after a while, you're going to be able to know when to stop trying to help them because they're going to let you. But don't give up on the young people. Don't give up on them.
That part.
Don't give up on them.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that because
Thanks,
that's what I'm
caller.
saying.
All right. I'll talk to you a little later.
All right, love you, Dad. All right. One thing I have to correct my dad on.
Senior.
I did not play baseball. So
You were a dancer.
He tried to give
He
you
blocked
some,
that out.
Yeah, he tried to give you some cred.
Yeah.
baseball. I played football.
Talk about he mentioned you playing jacks. I don't know what that was about.
No, that was
Everybody
him.
played jacks. Yeah, he played jacks. He said he played jacks.
That was him.
If you had sisters, you played jacks with them when it was snowing because you were in
When
the
he
house.
said he didn't want to go on the gun run, I'm going to go play jacks right now.
He was all
That ain't
about the
for me.
girls. He was all about the
Absolutely.
Did you know how to play jacks? You had to keep it all in one hand.
Okay, so this dude, please come back.
Well, it was two sets of jacks. It was the ball jacks, and then it was the Chinese jacks.
What's the Chinese jacks? I used to the ball jacks.
Educator.
Yeah, help me out, TDP.
Educator.
Portis, could you pull that up? Fact Frida, Chinese jacks. This dude's not familiar.
She said
with Chinese
She
jacks.
said what?
What?
Is she even there?
Yeah, she's there. That's
What's
why
wrong
she
with her
said
today,
what?
man?
Keep poking her.
She poking us.
Could you put Chinese jacks in your report?
Yes.
So I'm Louis Dix.
TDP.
Dannon Green.
In the man's world, tighten up your belt.
Ow.
Everything is. I can't believe we're in March.
Spring, right?
Got Easter coming up.
I heard.
April Fools, which used to be such a fun time.
Not no more.
I used to love April Fools. Now
Somebody gonna get
Somebody
it.
gonna you wouldn't do that no more.
Yeah, the pranks are just getting deadly, but they used to be fun pranks. April Fools, just you got to fool your mom, your dad, people in the house. It was so lighthearted. And Easter's a good time. That used to be a good time getting dressed up. Actually, one Easter suit lasted 4 Easters.
I used to love going to Market Street.
Jerry's
As a kid,
Corner.
my mom, everybody went down to Market Street, 15th and Market. I think it was like 13th. Where was that? Yeah, and you got yourself your suit.
Yeah. And no matter how tough times were, our parents were incredible.
You got measured.
Our parents and our guardians were incredible, how they found ways to make you have a good Easter.
Important.
Good Christmas, Thanksgiving, and
Easter dinner.
Yeah.
Knock it off.
I mean, they just, the strength and the fortitude that they had, it was just amazing.
Don't you appreciate your parents and your family now more after looking at what this generation is going through?
You appreciate that time.
Yeah.
That's true. So I did try to play football. Somebody cracked them and say, "What's up, Dix? You tried to play football." And shout out to, I want to shout out because I haven't seen him in a while, Mark Weiss and his brother. Shout out to Mark Iverby. It's coming up. School is ending for them soon. And shout out to all the athletic directors and his brother Brett and all of them. Hey, Mark. And also Bruce hit me back, Bruce Smith.
Nice.
So it was funny.
Give us an end, Bruce Smith?
No, Bruce.
Yeah. No, leave him alone. Leave him on the island.
Yeah. So
that's the only Bruce Smith I know. I didn't know.
Good.
That's the only Bruce Smith
you
know.
need to know.
Oh,
The Bruce Smith we know is an incredible guy. Google him. Yeah, Google.
Bitch.
Yeah, Google the real Bruce Smith, and you see.
Oh, is that Bruce from the Proud Family?
And a number of other things. You got to take into account that he was one of the few brothers who went into Disney and did his thing.
Okay.
And
Much respect.
He's so good. He makes Leo Lawrence good.
Is he gonna hire you, Lou?
From the Bay.
Is he gonna hire you because you promoting him?
No, that's not why I want him. I sat down and had a great conversation
He's a big fan
with him.
of the show.
Yeah, and it's
Who
not. I'm
asked
not.
you to speak?
I'm not shouting him out to be hired. I'm shouting him out.
What's
to
her
thank
name?
To thank him for what he did for our family because we watched Proud Family. I didn't know that he was the guy behind it, and then to get to know his story, and it's a great story. So,
Where's he from?
Yeah, he is from
Earth.
Yeah.
No, that's what. I mean, I know him. I was wondering where's he from.
Okay, I have the video for you, Teeter.
Lord Jesus, God is popping out everywhere.
There we go.
That's Chinese checkers?
Chinese jacks.
I mean, Chinese jacks?
Oh, she dropped up. Oh, she's on her onesies.
Explain what's going on here, Teeter.
Okay, she's on her one. She let them know, look, when it's on you, you owe me $2 if I drop her, okay? Okay. Now we set the game. Okay, that color. You got to pick them up in order. Okay. Pick that and catch it. Pick that up and catch it. Chinese checkers right now. I mean, Chinese jacks. Okay, yeah.
She just throwing them up in the air and then.
I'm on my threesies.
Man, give me the hood check jacks.
You got to catch the colors.
Chinese check. That's the problem with us. We didn't let the Chinese mess up every game.
Hey.
What?
That was racist.
They make all the games.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
They make jacks.
How do you know that?
That's from the hood.
That's the difference in people who go to these great universities that know nothing. That you would say that they mess up everything.
Yeah, that was racist.
Yeah, I mean, do you know anyone that's Chinese?
Yeah, I got a lot of Chinese friends.
Evidently not, because you haven't been
That's
educated
what
by
racists
them.
say.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my
gosh.
God.
Nothing.
Already?
She's tired of hearing us talk.
25% of the couples in
You're
this
going to learn
country
today.
Listen to little bitty legs all the way up.
That is
Monkey
fact.
fall out. Lord Jesus.
Bars.
Okay, we're waiting.
Okay, real quick, hold up. So that was Jeff that tried the Sydney joke.
Yes.
And he just texted me and says, by the way, last night you hit a lot of ground balls. You got on base, though. That's what counts. You ran hard the first. Jeff thought he was baseball as far as my. Then he said, yo, your pops didn't give up on them kids because they sold crack to him. He believed in them.
Step off, Grandpa.
That was funny. The Sydney joke, you're better than that, Jeff. The Sydney joke. But
It was classic
Jeff.
to me.
But that's okay, though. What's funny about the dad?
TDP stupid. That was a classic.
That was funny about the dad.
What about the baby carrots?
That's funny. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Poet.
Yeah,
I'm
Poet.
sorry.
Baby back ribs.
Go ahead.
Hang on a second.
Oh, wow,
See,
really?
That was me. Y'all
You
be
had
like,
all
don't
day
you
to
know?
do this.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Could you start so Daddy could take over and tell us what's really going on in the report?
That's funny. That's funny.
Stop spitting on my mom.
Oh yeah. Now that was interesting because it just hit me. It just hit me that Bruce is from L.A. That's what got me. He's from L.A. He's from L.A.
Oh, okay.
So that was one of the things that him and TDP had that connection.
Respect, Bruce from L.A.
That connection.
Too late now.
I didn't say nothing bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's grinding right now. That's the thing I admired about him in the conversation was just his grind and his focus. I've always had respect for people who, in this business, that can focus when you're one of the few.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So if I had Adderall, I'd focus a lot better.
Adderall?
No.
You think she ready yet?
It doesn't matter. She's ready. When she's ready, she'll be ready. That's the beauty of
What's her name?
Of Boss Lady.
That's the beauty of Boss Lady now.
No, I mean, I think we have to reach a point, and I'm sure eventually you'll get to that point because you're striving for something that you already have, which you have to understand. That's why you're constantly competing and telling Jeff, and you have to be right. So I just hope you reach that point to where you have to understand that everybody's right when they're right, and when they're wrong. And it's not a battle; it's a listening thing and absorbing. And sometimes you don't have to come back and say anything. Jeff made some good points. You made some good points, but you have a tendency to want all your points to be top and right. And hopefully you just like
I'll grow out of it.
No, I mean just to the point of like when you went to Japan, when you went with and you felt the need to Korea, the need to match them because they walked on a stage all dressed up, so you had to. No, you could walk out and do you, and still you could have been who you are, and they could have saw you dressed up, even if you weren't.
Yeah. Okay.
They could be, and that's what you like. The
Good
change
point.
you have on, you want people. You don't have to. Your beauty and your strength is inside, and people see that. But for you to be
outwardly
given everything that you've been giving,
Yeah.
you don't have to do that. You're Dannon Green.
Yeah, that's stupid.
So
Take that ring off.
I'm wearing the ring and the chain.
the ring is good because the ring has some
sentimental value.
Yeah, but
But
the other
he's
ones
wearing
is
it.
just.
What's wrong with the chains though? What's wrong with? I mean, but what's wrong with it? I like jewelry.
The reason you.
I didn't
No,
get
you didn't
this
say you
because
like-
of them.
That's what you said.
No, I said the clothes. I said I went shopping because they stay G'd up on stage. That's what I said.
Yeah, but shopping, you shopped for that.
Well, because I like chains.
Okay.
All right, I'm back.
Yes.
Oh, she's ready. Oh, okay. Well,
Wait a minute, we talk about this chain.
yeah, let's
you
talk about
like.
this chain.
And
Here we go
Code 3
again.
is funny. She's like, you and Dannon just don't get along.
Oh, wow.
And I said, you're so right. And she's like, well, tell him not to come.
Wow.
Wow.
No,
Really?
she didn't say that. She
I had
didn't say
respect
that.
for Code 3.
She didn't say that.
But now,
But now,
Yeah, she didn't say that.
Okay, Lewis showed me this video earlier, but a white Mississippi news anchor
what happened?
was terminated. Well, she may have been terminated. We haven't seen her on TV since for referencing a Snoop line where she used faux shizzle, my nizzle, during a segment where they were talking about Snoop's new wine.
her name is
Cali
Barbie
Blanc.
Brissett.
Huh?
Her name is Barbie Brissett.
Okay, good.
Okay. Yeah. It's her report. She would have gotten
No,
to it.
he's
she
right
didn't?
though.
Yeah,
He's
she did.
right. That's her name.
Thank you.
Right.
Barbie Bassett.
Thank you so much.
Now, when I first heard this story, I said, that's no big deal. I give her a pass. But then I read that she has also said another racial slur
come
in the
on.
I
past
know, man.
by referring to her grandmother as grandmammy while she was speaking to a black reporter.
Lord Jesus.
She ended up apologizing for that.
She was
but
referring to her own grandmother or the other person's grandmother?
her own grandmother as grandmammy.
What's wrong with that?
It's offensive.
I guess, yes.
As TDP says, that's racist.
That's racist.
Hey, God, Lord Jesus, black people, it's amazing. Everything bothers us. And all she did was repeat Snoop's song. What was
I
wrong
didn't
with
see
that?
anything wrong with that.
Thank you.
You know, I didn't see anything wrong with that particular thing. I didn't see the actual clip.
Yeah,
but
the weather guy did, because he paused and like, this ain't gonna go good. This is not going well.
But I heard there is a weather guy out there that incorporates rap lyrics into his forecast. So I wonder if he ever used.
I'm sure.
I'm assuming probably not if he's still
I know
doing it.
better.
I don't think she should be fired.
I don't either. What do you guys think? What do you guys in the chat room think? Should she have been fired for
You know the chat room. She go.
saying it? But then she has that back history of saying grand mammy. So.
I mean, black people make jokes about white people all the time. We talk like them sometimes. We make jokes about them. Think how many times we would be canceled or fired.
But she's not just anyone. She's on the news, and it's going out
And
to the
apparently
world.
she's been there.
For 20-something years.
Yeah,
plus.
she's been on the air there for a while. So, yeah, they probably wanted to fire her for something, and that was it.
I mean, hey.
I support you.
You know, so it's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, we just get out of hand.
Do you think
man.
this society is overly sensitive now?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you got a tornado down in Mississippi.
Come on, I mean, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous.
All right, what about this judge who was fired for moonlighting as a porn star
He shouldn't get fired.
on OnlyFans?
Ooh.
He's a porn star on OnlyFans. He's a
Hilarious.
city administrative law judge who moonlighted as a porn star on OnlyFans. His name, you know his name?
No, I didn't hear that
He
story.
said, oh, you did?
All rise.
All right. Entering.
Gregory A. Locke, 33.
Oh, come on.
Is he a brother?
No.
Oh.
Charges fans
She said
$12 a month on OnlyFans and has produced more than 100 videos since he opened his account in 2022. He maintains another X-rated account on Just For Fans. You guys heard about it, Lewis?
No, I guess he wants, if you want to know what's under that robe, pay.
Here comes the judge.
Okay, do we say how much money he's made? POTUS?
He makes $9.99 per subscriber on the X-rated
Bless
one,
his
and
heart.
then $12 he charges for the OnlyFans. He has in his description he says white collar professional by day, very unprofessional by night.
Oh, he didn't want that job. He was tired of being the.
That's a great bio.
Can I ask you guys a question? I don't know about that. Now, when you do fans only page,
OnlyFans.
well, only fans, whatever.
Get it together.
Fuck TP. I got a new tongue. When you subscribe, do they automatically take from your account each month, whether you look at it or
Yeah,
not?
I think so.
Oh, so that's how they make the money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I never knew. I thought you had to pay each time.
No, that's subscribed. They take it out of your.
Yeah, I'm connected to your
Oh,
car.
so if you got 1,000 subscribers, no matter what, 1,000 people are going to pay you a month?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to get on fans only page.
OnlyFans. What you gonna do?
Get a wet account.
I'm going. I'm gonna give out boxing lessons naked. Don't worry about it. You be watching.
No, I won't.
Oh, wow.
I'm watch me. I'm gonna get a
He's
fan.
gonna, hey, call
When
in,
he gonna spit?
Call in, you get a tongue lashing.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Wow.
Happy birthday, Sydney.
Carrots.
Anyway, so this guy, he got fired as a result of this.
Oh, come on.
Do you think it's okay for people to do this?
No justice,
Nope.
no porn, I guess.
I don't think it's okay.
He
No
was
justice, no
he
porn.
was sick with it though.
He said professional by day,
Unprofessional. by
unprofessional by night.
They said he had videos featuring hardcore pornography orgies and instances of him drinking out of a condom.
night. Nah, he should be fired.
And I see you on court on Monday.
How do you go to court and try to chastise someone and you're doing something like that? Come on, you're right. He should have been fired.
You swear to tell the whole truth, the truth, nothing but the truth.
So help you these balls. Yes.
Okay, so speaking of judges, and someone reminded me in the chat room, you know, Shirley Ralph posted last week that she had been assaulted by a popular TV judge.
Oh, wow.
And it's not Greg Mathis, is what she said.
on.
So now Judge Joe Brown has come out and saying that he is suing Cheryl Lee Ralph for defamation of character, but the only thing is she never said his name. So he came by him doing this. He just kind of told on himself, you know.
But it ain't but two black. It ain't but two. It was only but two black male individual judges. There are other black male judges, but they're with their wives.
Do you think she has a case?
No. Does he
has a case? I mean.
Well, she's on a hit show right now, so
yeah, they'll probably give it to her.
I mean, I feel sorry for all parties involved, but Shirley Ralph is a gem, and
does anybody remember the
movie?
movie?
Well, she claims that they were at a party, and he walked up and grabbed her and tongued her down.
Was she talking at the time?
Yeah,
I don't.
Was it at night?
Her mouth had to be open.
Yeah.
I won't say too many jokes because I'm cool with her brother.
No, I'm cool with Shirley Ralph.
Yeah,
she's
and I'm
been
cool with her
here.
brother.
She's a beautiful person.
Absolutely.
But why she didn't report it though?
She
before?
says that
Is
at
that
the
her?
time they were, I think, on the same network or working in the same proximity, and the network begged her not to make an issue of it.
And her brother's the young actor,
Michael
Ralph. Yeah,
Michael
he's
Ralph.
a big golfer too, right?
Yes, Mike is cool. A good brother. And you want to know what's funny? Their father was the principal at my sister's school in Wyandanch, New York.
Oh wow, thanks.
They come from a very prominent family. His mother was a big seamstress in Jamaica, and the dad was a educator.
Did you see the movie Mighty Quinn?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh wow.
Is it good? What's it?
Shirley Ralph, Denzel Washington.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Robert
Okay.
Townsend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put that on your bucket list.
Shout out to all families.
Yeah, well, Judge Joe Brown. I mean, I've worked with him before, and he's quite a bit. You
Oh,
know,
wow.
I've heard his stories that he said off the record.
What'd he
and
say to you?
So he didn't come. All
How you
crazy to
doing,
me.
sugar tits?
Blow me a rap.
But, yeah, he's something else though.
Okay, poet is snitching in the report.
Quite the character. I'll just say that.
Allegedly, you better say that.
I'm saying from experience. I've worked with him.
Bitch.
Yeah, so they bring her into court. She can say, yes, this happened.
That part.
Yeah.
Character
Okay,
witness.
so to wrap up my report, Soulja Boy, there was a video that went viral.
Soldier Boy, tell him.
Where the guy asked, would you rather have dinner with Soulja Boy or $250
$250 me.
in food
$250?
stamps?
Oh,
In food
Lord.
stamps. So here was the response.
Oh wow.
Food stamps or dinner with Soulja Boy?
Food stamps.
Food stamps? What the f?
250 food stamps.
250 in food stamps. I'ma pick the food stamps only because Soulja Boy's not nobody. I could have dinner by myself. Food stamps.
The food stamps.
Food stamps. I don't give a fuck about that corny. 250 in food stamps. I don't give a fuck about no Soulja Boy. 250 in food stamps.
To give me them food stamps, I can't make some chicken Alfredo.
I didn't do that Soulja Boy lean since I was 12. Give me them food stamps. I'm taking food stamps. Fuck that nigga down.
250 in food stamps.
250 in
women.
food stamps.
Food stamps. I could finesse 250K out of Soulja Boy. What you talking about? 250 in food stamps? Be for I'll take the food stamp. All right, 250 the food stamp.
Food stamps.
250.
Soulja Boy, like he's not even relevant no more. Like, come on, let's next question.
So
Unanimous.
I wonder if did he find anybody that said yes. But anyway, Soulja Boy got wind of the video.
Oh, okay. We got a retort?
Soulja Boy caught wind of the video. He says that he started out proclaiming that his detractors are gonna die broke before declaring I'll never touch any of them hoes.
Oh, okay. Soldier Boy, tell him.
I would say this. If you ask me, I would have dinner with Soulja Boy.
Why?
Well, what people none of these women seem to know, in terms of business, this young man has a lot of businesses and has done very well with his name in terms of
Drake.
So
Drake?
kind of like on the Jay-Z type of thing.
Drake.
And me, I would have rather have dinner with him instead of $250. Now they asked that same question: would you rather have what $500,000 was it to eat with Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Or now in that case, I would rather have $500,000. But for $250, no, I'd rather sit down with Soulja Boys and maybe see if we can do some, some business together. I would have rather have dinner.
Open up a water
Yeah,
park.
because
Anything.
I saw a video of Ice-T talking about when you're around billionaires
Colors.
or millionaires that you don't ask them for anything. So even
Exactly.
if you go to dinner with Jay-Z, you can't ask them for shit because they don't.
Yeah.
Billionaires don't even tip when
They're the worst tippers.
they go out. They get all these services from people. No tip.
I have a friend, she's a masseuse. She says her rich clients are the worst tippers. And the people, like just the general people, tip her big time. They're the best tippers.
Yeah. So if you were to go out to dinner with Jay-Z, what would you talk about?
Because you couldn't ask them, I wouldn't do it. I'd rather get the money than. But what I did find out when you do go out, what I try to do when I go out with people that have money, whatever you want, I try to pay. When I go out with people that have money, I'll try to pay. Like if we're having dinner that I can afford, because that's one thing that people with money look at, how you respond to them. Do they expect you to pay all? Do they expect to pay for everything? And sometimes you should pay. That's just a game on game. If you're around people with money, they'll respect you more.
Thank you, Dannon.
You're welcome.
Oh,
Can I ask a question?
Let's get paper.
Lou, or are we going to talk about the Jonathan Majors situation or no?
What do you do?
Yeah, well, if you want to talk about it, go ahead.
No, I didn't know if we were going to. I didn't know if it was anybody report. That's why I didn't want to, step on no.
No.
What's your take on it? I mean, I don't
let's-
have
let's-
enough information.
Yeah, let's let everyone know what happened.
Okay, so Jonathan Majors was.
Who is that?
He's the star of Creed 3.
Oh, okay.
And the brother has 3 commercials out with the military, and he has 6 projects in the works. He's attached to 6 projects right now.
Okay.
Over the weekend, got arrested for assault, battery, harassment, because his girlfriend, they were in a cab, and she claims that he sexually,
in New York?
not sexually, but harassed her, beat her up, assaulted
In New
her.
York?
Yes, in New York.
Okay.
So that was on Sunday, and then Saturday night, Sunday, and then the next day, she came back and recanted the story and said it didn't happen. But by this time, a lot of damage was done, and the DA decided to go ahead because they had to arrest. Anytime you have an adult being charged by another adult, someone's going to jail. So he was arrested
In New York.
and now they're saying that the DA is pressing charges, even though she recanted the story. His lawyer is saying that everything isn't true, and right now, she also said this didn't happen. She was having an emotional, quote unquote, issue at the time. So the big news is now is his name has been dragged through the mud, and he's had. Now even Marvel even said, well, he wasn't going to supposed to be in all of the Marvels anyway, even though he was the top guy that they were looking at right now, in terms of the project. So I had did a live on it, and I said, what happens if she recants it? And Lord, the next day she did that. So I don't want to say, like I said, I'm not going to pass judgment either way, because I'm not going to take a side until the truth comes out. But I think it's terrible, again, if he did not do it, for her to be in an emotional situation where she calls the police on this guy, and no matter what happens now, he's in the system and in Google and everything else as a person that assaulted this woman, and now he has to try to clear his name.
Now, is that the same thing Cuba Gooding Jr. went through? Was he
No,
found
he
out?
was on
different.
camera.
Yeah, Cuba actually did rub her leg and all of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
you saw him acting out on camera, but I don't know. I just feel like some of these situations, they should be proven guilty before people just start taking away their endorsements, or that shit's kind of wild.
And but one
But
thing,
I don't
go
know
ahead.
if I believe. I'm not saying I don't believe the victim or not. He might have paid her a grip to recant. I don't know, but
if you didn't do it, like this is what I'm gonna say.
Whatever
he
happened
did it,
to that athlete that got kicked out of the hotel? What happened
Michael,
with that?
so his case,
Irvin.
Michael Irvin, his case is still pending.
I said that last week.
Right, but the problem is that the Marriott is trying to take themselves away from it. So what they're doing is now they moved it, like we said, they moved it from Arizona to Texas,
Colorado to Arizona to back to Texas jurisdiction.
Yeah, but right now it's all pending. But like you said, the problem is that once you accuse a person, but in these cases, men, of doing something, your name is, you know, it's so hard to come back from. And in his case, this kid, 30 years old, literally the hottest dude in Hollywood right now, and it could all be taken away. Because if he did do it, he deserves to be punished. You don't hit no woman.
But on the Marriott side and not releasing the video at first, they said it was so egregious.
This is the Michael Irvin part right here, y'all. I'm just letting you know.
So egregious on tape that Michael Irvin did.
And he didn't, yeah.
So that's when the NFL let him go. And
then you saw the tape, which is even crazier because you see him standing there talking to the woman and she shakes his hand before he leaves. But they say that they got
he
video.
might have put the finger in the palm. You remember?
But they said
remember
that.
when you shake somebody's hand and you put the finger in the palm.
But they
Maybe
said
he
that,
did that.
They said that there's supposed to be cab footage of their ride, and that the cab driver and two other people, witnesses. So obviously they must have had an argument, and two witnesses said that they didn't see anything happen. Mm-hmm. But they had to have had an argument because they said that two witnesses were outside the cab. Now here's the crazy thing about the story: they weren't even dropped off at the same house. Mm-hmm. And
Are you talking about Majors now?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I'm sorry. They weren't dropped off at the same house, and he was, I believe, the one that called the cops. If I'm so, it's
what did he call the cops for?
That's a great question. I believe I don't know.
I thought you did the research.
No, I did, but no. There was an assault. I believe if he was the one to call the cops, why he did so, I don't know. But maybe he got hit. You know what I mean? Maybe he was calling, but you know, the internet is going crazy because
I don't think it's enough evidence to be going through all that.
Yeah. Okay. But the thing is, whether it's FC, but this is what we don't understand. Us in the business, no, not you guys. I'm saying us in the business understand the ramifications of this, because people outside be like, well, he gonna beat the case, but his name is been dragged through the mud.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like accusing someone of child molestation, whether they did it or not. People are always gonna side eye that person, whether they're innocent or not. So,
and did you hear about what's been happening online with him? So now an old director of this white guy and someone else have coming out saying, I worked with him. He was a terrible person. He was. I mean, so now everybody's coming out throwing
character assassination.
Yeah, exactly what they said.
Yep, I saw that.
So
where these two people said that that he was abusive working with them.
But so people are saying, why didn't you bring this up? You know, why you didn't bring this up at the Oscars, or why did you never bring this up before?
They're always trying to assassinate the black man's character.
A lot of people saying that.
You just got to be careful about like getting all the facts. I'm not saying every situation they're innocent, but at least gather all the facts first.
But like you said, POTUS, the thing about it is, once the police are called, you're done.
Okay, I think that's what we need to do here. Let's gather more facts.
I didn't know. Well,
you just talk for like Jeff Brown. Call back and tell him you're talking too much.
Oh Lord Jesus, such the hater.
Okay.
Caller, you on the air?
What's going on, guys? It's Jeremy from the DMV.
Yo, Jay, what's up?
Jeremy.
Thanks for calling.
From DMV. That's an interesting name you have. It's called the root of. Oh, it's right, Jeremy. You're supposed to call. Did you send the video?
Yeah, he sent them. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, all right. Let's go ahead and show the video. And this is about your holistic. I don't know how to say it.
Did you want to?
Holistic.
Did you want to make a comment first, Jeremy? Or are you calling about your video you sent in?
Oh no, yeah, but I was talking about topics. We could do that and then the video.
Okay.
But,
okay. We'll talk about the topics and then you go ahead and set up the video. Okay.
Previous topic, the OnlyFans thing. Let me tell y'all, it's a lot of people that have blown up off OnlyFans and making a lot of money on that.
Why are you whispering?
Yeah, you got a page.
No, I'm not whispering, but I took the phone away. But yeah, it's a lot of people making money. Somehow the pandemic turned everybody into like low-key porn stars, and that's a real thing. Because I know a couple of young ladies that are on OnlyFans trying to make money off of it.
So are you on their OnlyFans?
No, I don't subscribe to it, man. I'm good.
You just didn't peek in to see what they were doing?
No, I know them personally.
Oh, okay.
So he was in the videos with him.
I've never looked at an OnlyFans.
I don't believe you.
No, trust me.
I've never had.
I've never had.
He said, "Trust me."
Trust me, I've never had.
I thought about it, but then they asked for my credit card
you
number.
thought about it.
I said, "Nah, I ain't giving them my credit card. I don't need this."
I got an OnlyFans. She's beautiful enough.
What's her name?
Larry.
Code 3.
Larry.
In the Jonathan Major situation is, I mean, that's the price of fame. You know, unfortunately, you got to go through that, but yeah.
What do you mean that's the price of fame?
I mean, that's the price of fame when you become public figures and in the news and in movies and representing multi-billion-dollar corporations. I mean, they don't want that dirt on their name.
Okay, that's a good point. But Jeremy, when you first heard it, did you believe it was true?
Thank you, TDP.
No, I didn't believe it was true.
Okay.
I thought this was another situation of trying to shame him and all the situations. So,
Computer lynching.
I don't know.
But do you blame? I mean, the woman claims that he did something to her. So, how do you feel about the fact that she, might have
hush money,
falsified? Saying
the whole recanting it doesn't make sense. Like, why would you recant something that serious? Why would you call the police and say, "Oh no, never mind"?
And that's the biggest problem, because now you don't know what story to believe.
Yeah, because when you call the police, it's a real thing now.
Right.
That's what I said.
But like you said, I think, like you said, Jeremy, it's the price of fame. It's what happens when your name is out there. More people want to have access to you. More people see you. And people who are not that famous, it's not that. You just think of the personal things we have to deal with, your uncle, your aunt, and family stuff. So now it just magnifies 10.
But he was dating this girl.
It doesn't matter. When you become famous, Dannon, people will do that. When you were doing your Popeyes commercial, I'm sure girls got upset because you didn't bring them 2-piece.
I always brought them 2 pieces.
There you go. And if you had one,
I brought them 3 pieces.
They would have bought you.
Left the biscuit out.
So it's important that you just
the biscuit.
He said I left the biscuit out.
Hilarious. Jeremy said,
I'm gonna eat that.
Dang, that's a good one, Jeremy.
All right, Jeremy. So go ahead and set up your.
So the video.
Yeah.
I don't know which one she's gonna show first, but they're both hilarious.
Yeah, the first one we're going to do is vegan because I wanted to play your second one after Teeter's video.
Okay.
So the vegan one is hilarious.
Here's the one, Jeremy from.
Let us determine that, boy.
Yeah.
I told my mom I was gonna go vegan, y'all. But not she said, vegan mean that you can't eat no meat, baby. Honey, I said I can't be no vegan, y'all. I gotta be a vegan or some y'all, baby, because I gotta have me a piece of chicken once in a while, y'all. But y'all, I'm out here exercise, playing basketball, and y'all, I'm not going vegan. I'm going vegan. Period. Y'all already know.
Kids really be on their Instagram like that. My little niece.
She need an inhaler.
She need a neck.
She need a trainer.
Lord have mercy.
She said she playing ball.
Shoot, how?
She exercising, at least she conscious and trying to be. She said she just need her chicken.
Once in a while.
Once in a while.
That was good, Jeremy. That was good. All right.
So you want to show? Do you want me to play your video so we can play his second one?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on one second.
This for you, Jeremy.
From DMV.
Did any of you guys stand up for your siblings? Did you ever have to fight for your siblings?
Yes, I'm the oldest.
Nope.
Yeah, my sister stood up for me.
Not me.
Did she? I know Big Sister will get it in.
She beat up a newspaper route.
Yeah, I almost beat up one of my sister's boyfriends.
Yeah. Almost, huh?
I never had a fight. I was the
youngest. Thank you.
If you wasn't across the street.
Okay,
almost, huh?
Here's the video.
Hey, TDP, okay. I was waiting on my brother to show up.
Hilarious.
Okay, so here's Teeter's video.
What's her name?
With siblings defending each other.
I just want to say bullying is not okay. So, London, you want to tell everybody what happened today?
That girl was talking about me in school and calling me ugly. Tell me that girl so I can beat her up.
Paris, we having a serious moment right now, okay? I don't want you trying to fight nobody, okay?
Tell me her.
Paris, I said stop. Paris.
Tell me her.
Paris, so you just gonna ignore me talking to you?
What's her name?
Paris.
What's her name?
Look at TT Paris. Paris.
What's her name?
London. Nobody should bully you. You're a very beautiful little girl, okay? And you're very sweet.
What's her
London,
name?
but when I told you about bullies and stuff, you got to stand up to them.
What's her name?
Paris, stop it.
Okay. The next day.
Try not to tell Pierce that girl name, but she went over to that girl and she tapped her and said, "Don't put your hands on my sister no more." And I would do it again.
Paris, okay. Oh my gosh. And you found out the girl named Paris?
Mm-hmm.
What was her name?
Stormy. And I showed her the storm.
Paris, you know what, y'all, bye. I was going to tell y'all what happened, but just never mind.
I showed her the storm. Gangster.
Man.
Yeah, that's the
What's her name?
That's the kind of family you need.
Yeah. Back up, TT. I got this.
I used to fight all my brother's battles.
Yeah, that's my little niece. That's her energy right there.
And here's Jeremy's video with the same sort of concept.
It don't matter if it's not hard. You need to learn how to stop putting your hands on people, alright? I told him throw this on top of your head if you keep messing with him and call you coconut head, alright? So leave him alone next time, alright? Goodbye.
That girl is 78 years old.
On the hip,
Could you play that again, please?
Did you notice the plastic bag purse?
In a plastic bag. I was about to say
that's a purse.
He been to the store.
It don't matter if it's not hard. You need to learn how to stop putting your hands on people, alright? I told him throw this on top of your head if you keep messing with him and call you coconut head, alright? So leave him alone next time, alright? Goodbye.
Does she have a bonnet?
That boy is in shock. That boy is in shock. That is.
He got his hands and you see his hands balled up. He's mad.
Man,
He ain't gonna mess with that girl.
He didn't want none of that bonnet. He didn't want none of that.
None of that. I didn't want none of that. I'm walking soft around that girl. That girl. Hey man, that girl.
I told him
she should go speak to the Senate or the House of Representatives. She should be up there. Man. Whatever she gonna do, she gonna do it.
Goodbye, I'm out.
Yes.
No more talk.
Yes. She is definitely on her way to being a teacher.
I told him to hit you upside with this coconut head.
Call you coconut head.
She is definitely going to be a principal. Yes.
Or gangster.
That's Mr. Clark's daughter.
Right. What's her name?
Coconut head.
Okay.
Funny. Okay, so I had 2 videos before.
All right, thank you, Jeremy, man.
Thanks, Jeremy.
All right, y'all take care. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, bro.
Here's one.
That's a perm. Why you up here flexing? Nigga, that's a perm. I know what a motherfucking relaxer look like, nigga. Get your fat ass out my face, nigga. My wife get a perm, nigga. I know what a relaxer look like, nigga. Up here all permed up and shit. Nigga, don't grab me and he got a...
Okay.
Do we like Fat Al or Skinny Al?
Well, that's like, do we like a Big Luther or Skinny Luther?
Right.
I think that's kind of degrading to use the word fat.
Well, strong.
I think we should
big
just say
bone.
Yes. Extra chicken. But fat is offensive. I'm offended.
All right. Well, if you're offended, here's something more to.
Okay. Turn it up a notch.
Yeah, go ahead. Thanks a lot, POTUS.
That's funny.
What's her name?
He doesn't look like he'd be very fast, but yeah, let's see what he can do. And there he goes. Wow, looks like a very fast start. He's moving quick and across the line. Look at that time, 4.82 seconds.
He ran a 4.8.
That nigga had a BBL.
He had to have something in his pants.
That's racist, POTUS. That's racist.
Yeah. Ladies, the views of POTUS does not.
Wow.
I went to Mexico early.
I went before everybody went.
He ran. Let's not forget he ran a 4.8.
He did run a 4.8.
4.8 too.
Yeah, he was moving.
All right, so I have a versus challenge, and I'd like you guys to tell me who did it better.
Okay.
Original versus remake part 86.
Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good time. Blame it on the booty. Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on the boogie. Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. I don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on the boogie.
It's not even close.
The first one was the original. The second one was the remix.
Oh, so that song was done by someone
No,
else
I
before
think
Michael?
Jackson did it originally. And
Oh yeah, ain't no, that ain't even know. That's
the
not
other
no
way
question.
around.
I love that look on Michael. He was just
Yeah, that's when I was.
That was the real.
Yeah,
he had
that's
your
when
nose.
I was
he
the
didn't have to do any more work after that.
Mm-hmm. Don't blame it on the moonlight.
Let you tell it.
Don't blame it on the sunshine. Blame it on
I
the
like Sony,
I like both versions.
Don't blame it on the moonlight.
Okay, so here's one. Was this guy right to knock the shit out of this dude?
Uh-oh.
Co ti sai? Да, важный стоит таки.
Damn.
He probably had kids in the car. This man standing there butt ass naked.
Nah, he shouldn't have hit him like that though.
Should have gave him some pants.
He should have just pushed him to the
some
side.
pants.
Yeah. Nah, you don't hit nobody because you know why? Because the way where he sounded like he fell, if he hit his head and died, now he goes to jail.
She told him coconut head.
That's more than coconut head.
Bye.
All right, here's my last video,
Wow.
guys.
What?
Nobody won't tell me. Anybody won't tell me.
Hey man,
Peacock.
Hey, he messing
Take
with her
my
babies.
eggs.
Why would that woman do that?
Yeah. Gonna eat them eggs.
Going to cook them.
Are you? Can you show that again?
Yeah. How did they have the video like that?
That track was slapping them.
Was that really
How you gonna just? What is wrong with you? That must be another country.
It might look like it was Asia.
Yeah, well, she won't do that again. She'll go to the grocery store.
Peacock
Thief.
wasn't playing.
Thief.
They're babies. Man, that was mean. You're gonna take all the eggs.
Going to a Chinese
Not-
restaurant.
not
Chinese.
one or two.
All of them, yeah. Thank you.
So since Jeff's not here, we'll play his.
Yo, what the fuck are they
intro.
yelling?
Big Jeff. Big Jeff.
Supermom.
He gonna
What up,
get,
Jeff?
He gonna get you, Lewis.
What? Jeff?
It's on and cracking, son.
Oh, and speaking of that, I'll go ahead and play because when you sent me this
the John.
video,
That John.
it reminded me of Jeff. The pull up. Here's one of Lewis's videos.
Oh, Jeff.
Come on, pull up then. That's what I'm saying. Y'all acting scared. Pull up to this address. Pull up to this address. Y'all got my grandma location. You can come get both of us.
Who the fuck is that, Leland? Who the fuck is you talking to? Who's this motherfucking phone? Who the fuck is here? You come to my motherfucking house. I got something for you, raving motherfuckers. Bitch, y'all got me fucked up. Don't come to my motherfucking house. And bitch, you scared for fuck telling these motherfuckers to come to my motherfucking house with your scary motherfucking ass, bitch. Tell them pull up. I got something for them monkey motherfucking asses. You motherfucker, you. Put my fucking phone up. Call them ignorant motherfuckers and you scary. Scary cat, juke mouth.
Damn. Tell us how you really feel,
A lot of love in that home.
Okay. All right. She was,
Grandma more gangster than
Dig
he
it.
was.
I'm telling you.
Tell her to pull up.
That was Jeff's grandmama.
You don't like my gumbo? Pull up.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, I got a chance to meet an idol and perform in front of an idol last week.
Oh, wow.
Stevie Wonder.
Okay.
It was a great moment, man.
Yeah.
He didn't see you.
Oh, but no, I was dying because I went Shaka Khan. They had a little private.
Part. That, yeah.
They had a little private event for Shaka Khan's 70th birthday. So there was comedians in the house: Deion Cole, Mike Epps, Tiffany Haddish. So Mike Epps gets up there and says, "Stevie, stop looking at that girl's ass. I see you over there looking at that girl's ass."
If you see this picture I took with him,
Hilarious.
it looks like he can see.
Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting because that was off of Highland.
Yeah.
Yes, nice little owned by a brother, Caviar.
Yeah, that's
his
my
name.
boy. I didn't know Caviar
It's a club?
owned that spot.
Yeah, Caviar.
Highland and what?
Caviar is the one that invited me to it. I didn't know it was his venue because I thought that the party just reminded me sort of like a pop-up because it wasn't a real bar or anything.
Right. They had a comedy show
makeshift-
there Saturday. I went and I met him, Caviar.
Is that the one on Highland and Franklin?
Highland and Waring, right after Melrose.
Yep.
Oh,
It's right there.
I never knew.
It's
Is
right
it a
there.
club or a restaurant?
It's
No,
like
it's
it's just
just
a space.
space, yeah,
Yeah,
space.
it's just a space that you can just do probably anything in there.
Yeah, young brother. He's a nice guy too.
Yeah, he's a platinum producer. He's
I have to check it out.
a friend of mine,
Yeah,
Cavi. I didn't know that was his spot. He invited me. He was like, "Come through."
Shout out.
Yeah, he's a very nice guy. I was really
Very
impressed
nice,
with him.
very
Just
nice. I remember
low-key.
when I was getting ready to. I was looking for a place to do the studio, and he has another place in Hollywood that's like on a lot. So yeah, I was talking to him.
Shout
about
out to him. He's really
yeah.
nice.
Cavi's real cool.
And shout out to Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, I told him I was like, so your parents just knew you were gonna make it.
And I brought it up because Stevie was at this party
Oh,
too,
yeah.
and he
Was
got
it last
on
week?
stage. It was Thursday.
Okay, so Steve must be out because he was at Earthquake's room on Tuesday.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Joni Mitchell was in the house. I didn't
love
know
Joni
she was
Mitchell.
still alive.
Who's Joni Mitchell?
Joni Mitchell. Oh my
The
God.
folk singer from
know
the
Joni Mitchell?
70s.
No, I didn't know.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh, man.
You say every time I bring up Joni Mitchell's name, somebody goes, "I love Joni Mitchell."
What songs
Like,
did she sing?
That's why I didn't come.
You know.
Again, what song did she
Well,
sing?
hey, ask Lewis. He said he loves her.
Yeah, what songs did she
Joni
sing?
Mitchell. She was first time I got into. She was on the soundtrack of Love Actually.
What was the song?
And it's
She has more than one song.
Yeah, she has more than one song.
What was her famous song that I might have heard?
I mean, Joni Mitchell was just a bad.
They don't even
girl.
know her.
Oh no, you don't know Joni Mitchell. That's because you know.
Joni Mitchell used to speak at all the war rallies. She sing at all the war rallies.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Sydney.
That's cool.
Well, when they played this song, the sample.
Is she white or black?
She's white.
Both.
She's an old folk singer, and Janet Jackson.
I never heard of her. Sorry.
Janet Jackson sampled her on "Got You Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone."
Joni Mitchell.
So Battle Cat was spinning that night too, and he played both the Tribe Called Quest, because Tribe Called Quest also sampled her, and Janet Jackson sampled her. And
POTUS, you've been
Got
hanging
Till
out
It's
lately. What's going on? You got a man or you got somebody? What's going on?
Why I gotta have a man to hang out? I
just
don't.
messing
I
with you.
actually don't hang out that much
That's what I'm
unless
saying.
it's
Yeah.
something I really want to go to. So I couldn't pass up Shaka's 70th
Yeah, I'm telling
birthday
you,
jam.
you're talking about just being in the room of all that
Yeah,
great
and then
energy.
actually Tiffany Haddish got up there and she sang. She sang.
Oh, yeah, we know what she's saying.
"Rolling on the River."
That's her go-to song. rolling on the. That's her go-to song.
And what's his name? Darius.
Doris McCrae.
Yeah,
Darius
he got
McCrae.
up there. He got up there and sang too.
He can go though.
He was singing.
He can blow.
Yeah, he was singing, and then a couple of other.
He's married to Superhead.
Shaka Khan's daughter sang as well.
Corinne Steffens.
Oh,
So-
okay. That was
It
her name.
good.
Corinne.
Okay, so we'll continue on with Lewis's.
Hilarious.
Oh, we'll come
What?
back to it because
No.
it's time for Teeter Sports
Thank you.
Ticker.
Let's go TDP.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
When you just talk about practice, we sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice.
I wish one of your guys had children if I could kick them in the fucking head or stomp on their testicles so you could feel my pain, because that's the pain I have.
I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick your ass.
Oh, we look like the damn Bad News Bears.
You just gonna show her the storm like that? Goodbye. TD Sports Ticker. Let's get right into it. Over the weekend, we had a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Benavidez, the Mexican monster, taking on Caleb Plant, Tennessee's Sweet Hands is his nickname. went the distance. Kevin Plant got binked up. His initial strategy was to hit him and hold.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't work in the later round. Danny, did you see the fight?
I didn't see the fight. I saw after because I was out with the frat.
Got you. Now on the undercard,
Colbert.
Valdez.
And Colbert. Yeah, that one
from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
He got robbed.
He got robbed, but the problem is in boxing, judging is so subjective because you don't know the whole things about
Absolutely.
each. But the problem I have, I always feel in boxing, like I feel in all sports, you got to lose gracefully so that you can get the rematch.
Right.
And he said
They talked about it, but
right. He said I'm not going to give him the rematch because he was a sore loser.
Right.
So he knew Colbert doesn't. You ever notice? Because Mayweather
press
used to say,
conference
right
after the fight.
Right. You never hear of boxer. If a boxer feels he won, you never hear him talk about I'll give him a rematch.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, hey, I'll beat him. But if he feels like it might be some doubt, like Mayweather did with the 2 fights he went back to back, he's like, all right, we can do it. We can do it again.
But Valdez did knock him down in the first round.
Yeah, but that's a 10-8 round.
Storm.
Yeah, he weathered the storm.
He weathered the storm to go the distance, but you couldn't get him back on the ground.
Right.
Again, but
you let him back in it. Well, here's the problem with that. Those when you have more of a Latin crowd, that's just how they go.
Absolutely.
So that was a Latino crowd, and
the other boy was from Brooklyn.
He was from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So that's a big,
Yeah, it's a big push.
It's a big push.
Yeah. And you're on the Mexican Monster's car, so
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So and it's
in the house.
Right. So that's why Mayweather used to play up to it. That's why Gervonta Davis, when he fought this Latino boxers, because it's like NWA used to say, you don't have to like my rap, but they still buy my CDs.
Underground.
Right.
Yeah. Hut 1. Let's go. NCAA. Men's college basketball. A lot of upsets. I'm going with Miami.
You want University of Miami?
I like their squad.
I'm going to go with the underdog. Florida.
Atlantic University. That's what I like. But
Florida.
And San Diego State, all those dudes are like 40 years old. They've been there 4 or 5 years, 6 years. One dude.
They played Creighton, UConn.
But that's why they win.
Some good games.
Those teams win because they usually don't get the one and done guys. So when you get to play with a dude 2 or 3 years, that's why Princeton always finds a way to beat the top dogs.
They were in there.
You know what I mean?
They always been.
And they were there. They were like a game away from the final 8, right?
Elite
8. So
out the Sweet 16.
Yeah, but San Diego State always finds a way to get ballers too. I don't know where they get all their ballers. Do they get them from LA?
I can tell you.
Okay.
Once you have prop players and the SATs and all that, those that can't get into the big schools.
Right.
They go to those schools. So they talented, they on the AAU circuit, so they're going to get some shine. But they just don't have the grades to go to the big school.
Right.
So that's why you see a lot of the big schools, they don't get those kind of players for the grades, so they get knocked out. So now you're seeing the resurgence of the prop kids taking over.
Right. Now, do they miss a year? Or how is it now?
Some miss a year.
Right.
Some red shirts. Some, they got to go to the JUCOs,
right,
to get the grades up.
Right.
And then you're going to miss that season, but then you come in.
Now you don't have to sit out.
You don't have to sit out?
No. Oh, okay. They took that out of there.
Transfer
portal. The portal.
Yeah. But let me ask you this. Florida, what's the school?
Florida Atlantic University.
Yeah.
What's their biggest guy?
You mean what's the tallest guy?
The tallest guy on the team.
I'm sure they're going 6'7", 6'8". I mean, they're big.
Yeah.
They're not little guys. They're big. They're all great athletes. They're all Division I athletes.
Yeah. Well, the reason I'm saying that is because a lot of times those schools don't get a lot of big players because they're smaller. You know what I mean? Like the school out of Chicago that year, they only had one big man. Remember the one that used to have the nun that used to be at all the games when they made it to the Final Four?
You talking about Cincinnati?
No, Chicago. Chicago State. Chicago something. Mm-hmm. They 1 year they had a run. They had 2 years back to back, and they had the biggest guy was right. Mm-hmm. So I always wonder how big they are. But that Florida, those teams, I believe that get the guys that stay more than 2 years, they have a system.
That's like UCLA versus Gonzaga.
Oh, that was a tough loss. But I got to get that boy some balls.
That's what I'm saying.
He pulled up from 90.
Pulled up on him.
Yeah. I mean, that's a 50-50. The game over if he misses it.
But He's one of them players that could have played at another school, but went to Gonzaga.
But Gonzaga, though,
That's what I'm saying.
you got to get him a little. Yeah.
I mean, John Stockton started it off with Gonzaga. So those are those players right there that don't have the grades to go, but they'll go to a lesser school, but still a good program.
So who do you got taking it?
I like Miami.
And Lou?
Yeah, we already said that.
Who did you say?
I said Florida.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, you said that was it.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, he said University.
Excuse me, everybody. I didn't hear him. UConn. People liking UConn though.
Well, UConn's actually they're the favorite.
Yeah. They got that big boy. The big boy.
They always find a way to get one big dude every couple 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
Program.
Yeah. A couple big boys come out there. But only thing I think the problem with the Final Four now, it doesn't seem as attractive as it was before until you college basketball, because you don't get to know these guys. So I don't get to know any of these guys till you get to the tournament.
Well, if you know basketball,
right,
you know,
those who follow it.
Yeah, who follow it know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the difference. Those who follow pro knows pro. Those who follow football know football. Just like you, people who don't really know boxing, you know. Mm-hmm. It's intimate for you, so you know boxing. So it's you. Somebody be like,
I like basketball, but back in the day, you would be able to follow the dudes through college, and then you knew they was going to the pros. That's what I'm saying. You don't get these guys like you used to before.
No,
like Lou said, it's the portal.
You don't.
You got a portal.
People who know do know.
You don't follow Ohio State basketball?
Yeah, I follow Ohio State.
Okay,
the
so
school,
you know
my particular school. Yeah.
Right, did they make it to the tournament?
No, we didn't.
That's what I'm saying.
Did
you
the women
follow that?
Huh?
Did the women?
The women did. They got beat.
Okay, when did they get beat?
They got beat in the final Elites 8 or 16, whatever they were. They got beat by. They got beat. They just got beat this weekend.
Yes,
I forgot who beat them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. You know, because it's intimate with you, and you know, and this
Follow 'em
person
like that.
Yeah, you follow them like that.
Hut 2. Lamar Jackson, NFL. Contract situation. Family. The league saying that we need an official agent to deal with you on getting your contract. He said he wanted to trade March 2nd. You wait 25 days to at least hear what I'm talking about. Look, if that was your son and you were negotiating with him in his contract, what he's all MVP, playoffs, winner. Say Tom Brady, after he won the Super Bowl, they redid his contract. So why does Lamar Jackson not get the same emphasis on the kind of player? Do you think he's over the hill or he's at the hill? Or?
No, he's a young talent.
He's at his prime.
Most of the problem is
I'm
they
asking.
say he's missed 40 games because of injury. It's part of the reason why they don't want to give him that guaranteed money.
Yeah.
A lot of people say just Deshaun Watson just messed it up for everybody when he got that guarantee. So
That's what
everything's
they
at
say.
that level. So he's right now the Colts are looking at him.
I think that's where he should go.
They say the Patriots.
So it's it's I mean the powers that be, the gatekeepers.
Right.
We all know who the gatekeepers are. So it's if they're comfortable. I mean the 49er boy, Mr. Irrelevant, you know, John Lynch is like, hey, if we took the snap today, he'd be the starting quarterback.
Right.
Even though they gave up draft picks to get Lance.
Yeah.
So it's who they're comfortable with. You'd rather it's kind of like Rocky. You know, Purdy's Rocky. So, you know, I mean, Lamar Jackson is Apollo Creed. You know, so it's, but he knows his worth. Him and his people are saying, you know, I want to trade. I don't want to be here, but it's business.
Absolutely.
If they came, you know, they can franchise him, tag him. He's going to get us, about $32 million?
No, get more than that. He has to be top 5 when they franchise you.
Yeah, they worked that deal out with the quarterbacks for
so
seasons.
what is the quarterbacks getting every year?
Well, right now, you figure the top guy is getting 40-something. I think Mahorn's getting 40-something. So you got to be within that top 5. Mahone.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
So that's $8 million less. So within that top 5.
But there's other guys. You got Deshaun.
What is Deshaun making?
He's making. Well, last year he only made $1 million. This year it goes up to I think 40-something. Yeah.
That's the market. 30.
Well, you heard
40.
that the NFL put pressure on their owners because they think they're in cahoots to not sign Jackson.
Right.
You know, but I agree. They're really mad at Cleveland because Cleveland, you know, but Cleveland, like I said, those white guys were not in the business to lose money.
Right.
You don't give up $240 and not do your homework.
Right.
They knew that Atlanta really wanted him. They signed the $230. They gave him the $230, and now you got someone like Jackson or these other guys that are saying, look, I done been in the playoffs. I done won MVP. Oh boy, didn't play in 2 years.
Right.
So that's the issue.
Well, Lamar's only won one playoff game.
But he also was MVP.
Yeah, and it's about.
So that goes to show
he
he
gotta
can
stay
throw in
healthy.
the pocket.
Exactly.
He's got to stay
He's a
healthy.
pocket passer with feet.
Yeah.
That was Tita Sports Ticker.
That was decent.
Thank you for your approval.
Decent.
All I live for.
Lewis Dick's approval.
So I'm Lewis Dix.
TDP.
Dannon Green.
In a man's world.
Shout out to Jeff Arnold. Who's
Jeff, we miss you.
Tied up your belts.
Probably don't go all that. We
I
miss
do
him.
miss Jeff, man.
Okay. Yeah, we miss him.
You controlling his feelings?
Yeah, thank you.
We do miss Jeff.
I miss Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff is good. He's good. I thought that phone call was whack. Jeff,
I loved it.
He's better than that.
Baby carrots.
I would have just used the regular voice.
Because you would have never thought
That's
that was
what-
him.
No, I'm saying that the baby voice didn't work.
I loved it.
I just think
It was on pitch. It was there.
I know it didn't sound
wanted
like
to speak to
Jeff.
his
No,
daddy.
it wasn't. First of all, it should have been.
Shouldn't say quoi.
It should have been clearer.
You kept cutting them off.
Right.
No,
No,
but-
he did.
All right, call back again. Try it again. Give you 3
Jeff
tries.
probably gone about his day.
Hey, TDP, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Football, sports question. Do you think it's Mahone? Is it Mahone?
Mahomes.
Mahomes. Do you think now, looking at his contract, he's
$400 million.
But do you think kind of now is he's underpaid? It was $450 for 10 years though.
Yeah, let's stretch it out.
But look what happened now. I mean, with these guys taking shorter deals and almost getting as much. You know what I mean? Like, do you think he probably wishes that he didn't sign that deal now?
No. Because he loved that city.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hurt my leg. I'm going to hop off and get a little whatever and
Right.
come out there.
Okay.
So he's a legend.
Right.
You know what
And he's making that money advertising.
He's a legend.
Yeah, right. He
in
done got
that
them
city.
2 rings.
Come on now. He's a legend in that city.
Yeah.
Any deal that on that level, he's going to be taken care of.
Right.
You know?
Okay, so we are now finishing up with these videos.
I thought the news reporter was funny. That one. That you
Okay.
had.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, whichever one.
Okay, here we go.
It's your call. You're
Are you going to
That was
throw
hilarious.
rocks? First comes the rock.
Give me my bat.
Barely missing our photographer's head, scraping his arm. We think the interview is over and we're about to leave. Instead, Lawrence comes out wielding a baseball bat. Why are you attacking us,
Get away from me.
Then she sicks her 2 dogs on us.
Don't go. No. Got Get away from my arm.
One bites my forearm. Then I take off running, dropping my mic as they chase me down the street, biting and scratching. Eventually, I make it to a backyard 3 houses down. Lawrence finally calls her dogs back,
Come on, Zaina.
but not before cursing at us one last time.
And get away from my house. You dumb white. Put that on.
In Providence, I'm Abby Nesgoda, ABC6 News.
Well, those dogs won't make Thanksgiving.
That shit was hilarious.
The cameraman was doing his job.
Yeah.
He kept shooting.
They ain't after me.
Yeah, he knew they went after her, and she really thought that she could say stop or whatever. And how the ladies sicked them on her.
Right.
She had a old school.
That's a shame.
I was old school sicko out there.
She said, what was her dog's name?
Zaina.
Come here, Zaina.
Zaina, I mean, could you play
Put
that,
that
one
on
more
a dog
time?
bone.
Love
Play it
us.
one more time.
Oh
I just
my God.
love how she's
not
like,
laughing
now
at
put
that
that
Are
on.
you going to throw rocks? First comes the rock.
Told her to leave.
Barely missing our
Yeah.
photographer's
She said,
head,
"Give me my bat."
But they
scraping
were
his
leaving.
arm. We think the interview is over and we're about to leave. Instead, Lawrence comes out wielding a baseball bat. Why are you attacking us,
Get away from me.
Then she sicks her 2 dogs on us.
Don't go. No. Got it.
Those are pits, too.
Get away from my arm.
One bites
Those
my
are
forearm.
mutts.
Then I take off running, dropping my mic as they chase me down the
dogs.
street, biting and scratching. Eventually, I make it to a backyard 3 houses down. Lawrence finally
the
calls her
dogs went through
dogs
the
back,
Come on, Zaina.
but not before cursing at us one last time.
And get away from my house. You dumb white. Put that on.
In Providence,
That shirt's
I'm
a little
Abby
snug.
Nisbet, ABC 6 News.
Do we know the story behind
It's funny because the dogs ran into the yard like they knew where to run. No, I don't know.
She got bit and scratched. Okay.
Yeah, she dropped the mic. That was it.
Yeah.
Peter, you had another video too. Did you want to explain what this is?
Well, young lady is doing her magic show, and she wants to go live, and she has a big audience. So here's the magic trick: make my little brother disappear. Okay. Ta-da! What the fuck is boy? Fucked up my trick.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
You show that again? That is hilarious.
That's funny.
Fucked up my live show. I'm going to Vegas with this. Give me a bigger towel. The fuck with the boy?
Your ass about.
Ta-da!
Oh my god!
She stayed in it.
Right.
I'm not mad at her.
She committed to the trick.
To the bit.
Can you do that racism in the 80s?
Sure.
Oh, wow. It's a different time.
How did you guys do it? How did you stay out of the generational hate war?
We didn't stay out of it. It was just never an issue with us. Anybody born between like 75 and 89, you automatically started going to school with multicultures. So it was never an issue for us. White, black, and brown, we was holding it down since day one. We never looked at people at this color and stuff like that. If we didn't like somebody, it's probably because they were just an asshole. Also, social media destroyed y'all's lives. All you younger folks, it just destroyed y'all's lives. They just promote hate and racism every single day, and it's starting to divide everybody. See, we didn't have technology like that. When I was in middle school and high school, we had pagers and shit. So, I mean, you wasn't texting racist shit on that. Yeah, we had the news and stuff, but we didn't watch the news. We was kids. We was outside. We was also not raised to be pussies and offended by everything. Somebody didn't like you, your mom would be like, quit being a bitch and go find somebody else to kick it with. And we did. It was the greatest era ever. Like, we never knew so much about racism till now.
Man, he hit it on the head.
Yeah, that's
He
real.
broke that down. He broke that. I had to give it to him. I'm like, go
It's
ahead.
a shame, man. And he's true.
Yeah. He's like, your parents said, and that's part of it. Your parents didn't say it's the other person's fault. You're great. I was like, what did you do? How you acted?
Yeah.
Your attitude. You would find out if you had a stank attitude in your house. You'd be like, all right, you.
What did you do?
Yeah, nobody's gonna like you. They would say that nobody's gonna like you if you act like that. You're not gonna have any friends if you act like that. You didn't blame the school or you come up to the school. We do a camp. I don't know how many times a kid will come up and the parent will come up or the person in charge of camp say, Johnny, no one's sitting with Johnny. Can you get someone to sit with Johnny?
Yeah.
What for?
And then you'd have to find the kids, hey, sit with Johnny. The dad came up and said, I was like, man, that's your fault. Your son don't have any social skills.
Yeah.
Okay, now you want to make another kid have to like him and have to be, this kid already's got friends.
And did they make you go out inside and fight if it was a bullying
Oh, every
you
day.
either going to fight him or come in here and get your ass whooped.
Blair's outside. What? And I was hiding behind the couch. And my dad came and was like, Blair's outside. You're going to have to go out there. And Blair was a boxer. So I knew I didn't have a chance. So I went out, and I'm trying. Blair.
Button up my onesie.
And the only good thing, it was dinner time. Blair put that combination on me. Brrr, his mom said, come on and eat. Brrr, and he left. Now, but Junebug, I knew really wasn't a fighter. So I had to fight Junebug. And we scrapping. And then you hear Junebug's sister say, Junebug, use your karate. And Junebug
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he tried to use his karate.
I got another skill.
So it was like, we had to.
And the thing about even when I went to school, like, because sometimes you go to a different neighborhood and if you went a certain way, it would be dudes on the corner or something. You just either had to fight them or find another way to get to the school.
Yeah.
You go the back way.
And they always told you, whoever's talking the most, hit them first.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hit them first. Whoever's selling the wolf tickets, hit them first. And you just, and sometimes you had boys who were the fighters. You had boys like Fat Paul was the fighter. Yeah. So something broke out, or Boogie. Boogie was the boxer.
As your dad said, fat boy.
Yeah, Boogie was the boxer.
His real name.
Boogie was the boxer, so Boogie could fight. So if something came down, Boogie would jump. I got this. Peanut was the little guy that had the weed. So if Peanut like.
What was your role?
I had the job. I worked around Russell's and I played sports. I was the athlete.
Allegedly.
Dancer.
Everybody had their role.
Professionally.
And a lot of times back then, once you fought, you didn't have to fight a lot. You fought the one time. Once you fought the guy one time, the guy'd be like, well, he's going to fight.
Yeah.
And then to keep the shit moving.
Right. And they would tell you, they would know he can't fight.
Yeah, leave him alone.
He can't, man, don't mess with him. He can't fight. They would tell you.
Yeah.
It would rotate.
Yeah, it's like, man, he can't fight.
It seemed like they
Rotate.
would bother you even more if they thought you couldn't fight.
No, because then you were a punk picking on somebody that couldn't fight.
Yeah. Especially in Philly.
Yeah, you realize, okay, man, why are you picking on him? You know he can't fight. And then somebody that could fight would say, man, fight me.
But I blame what he's talking about as well on politics. That's what's dividing us, because back then when we went to school from the Hilltop to go to Cassidy at that time was all white. All the Italians and whatever nationalities used to live there was all white, and we had to go to school in that area. So all of us in the neighborhood, even if we had beef during the weekend, we all bond together because we know we had to find a way to get to school. You either going to fight them white boys at the church, or you was going to go around the back, because that's where they catch the bus at. So they would be at the church steps right before we get to school. But even with that, we never went home and talked about the white boys. It wasn't a conversation until the next day of going to school. Racism now is pushed on these kids because of politics.
And plus, the white boys, the Italians, and the Irish, they could fight.
Yeah, you just didn't, It
was always somebody that could, it was somebody in their group that could fight and somebody in their group who didn't fight. Everybody had their role. You played your position. Right. Don't get out. Now, people who can't fight try to act like they can fight. That's why they got to get a gun.
Or they go to the, I'm being bullied.
Yeah.
In those times, riding a bike to Venice Beach. Kid, you hoping your bike don't break down, you going through these different hoods and everything. You see some cute girls, you want to talk, and we going to the beach. They get their bike, and you go, and then you get the older dudes put up on the car. Hey, who you niggas? You got to deal with that.
You know what kills me about it, though? It's not going nowhere. This is not like this is something new. This has been since the age of time, someone not liking someone else. So we're making, I'm not saying it's not a big deal, but we're making something out, trying to stop something that's not going to stop. Just deal with it.
We're talking about a different time where you didn't have a cell phone.
But now dealing with it. But now dealing with it can cost you your life.
Or they want to cancel you.
But I mean, I'd rather be canceled than kill me.
That's a T-shirt.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
I know, Lou. Stop.
But you need to say it in a joking way. Okay. Hey, can you show this last video? This is a shout out to.
Get the dancer upset.
We ended this last week. We ended this. We ended the show on a video that was honoring men. And Code 3 was like, "Hey, what about the women?"
Of course,
it is Women's History Month.
Oh,
I heard
right after Black History Month. See how they did that to us?
Wow, really?
Yeah.
You need your white girl.
That was racist.
What you talking about? I need one.
You want one too?
No, I got one.
All
scared of that?
Shout out to you, sister.
What's
And
her
I'm
name?
not surprised.
And shout out to all you
Can't
women.
say I'm surprised.
That's why I'm happy. Keep going.
Listen to this.
And you're the genetic reproductions of our mother. We're considered the most beautiful women on the planet for thousands of years by all of the civilized people of the world. The Greeks thought so much of your beauty that they named 2 star constellations after you, Andromeda and Cassiopeia. The two most beautiful star constellations that are in the heaven. They say that they have all of the beauty of the setting sun, hair which is alive, and a figure incomparable even today. So I don't want you to think that just because we went through 400 years of horror where they were saying you were ugly, that you believe that, because you're the most beautiful people in the world. You are imitated by everybody. So I want to say that before we get on to the discussion.
Why is a dude talking about it? Why another woman wasn't?
Yeah.
Well, I guess he was the scholar.
Whatever.
I mean, he was
Cancel him.
Hilarious.
Like the TDP.
Hey, I'm Lewis Dix.
TDP.
Dannon Green.
Jeff Arnold hopefully will be back next week.
Yeah, he's on assignment.
Again,
before I go, I want to say happy birthday, baby Sydney.
Can I talk to my daddy? Oh, beautiful.
Stop.
See, that was better. That was
I
better.
felt it.
That was better.
I like the phone version better.
I'd like to thank the people that donated
Yes.
this week.
Thanks.
We want to say thank you to Wayne Will, To Jackie, thank you, Jackie, who donates every week.
Thank you,
And
Jackie.
To
Thank you, Jackie.
as well. Thank you guys for supporting the show. You know these guys definitely deserve it. So continue to donate. Here's our payment options for you to do that. You know, at least donate some gas money for these brothers to get here or have a decent lunch after the show. So.
Oh, wow.
Chef Merlin's.
Thank you. So thank you guys. We'll be back next week.
What's her name? That's all I need to know right now.
Later, y'all.